morning. Good morning. Welcome to episode 4 of the Do-Over podcast. We got this wise guy over here. Hey, whoa.
The hell you calling a wise guy? Keep cracking jokes like that, I'm gonna crack your skull.
You do kind of look like Pauly a little bit. And we got bar breast Jess right there.
Yeah, it's Jesse.
Yeah.
Me and Jesse, we go way back.
Is this going to be the whole episode, Elliott?
Oh, what are you coming at me for?
I hope it is.
Knock that out.
Oh my God.
I'm still trying to think of an Italian nickname for the schmuck.
My name is Drew Hyatt. Thank you. Welcome to episode 4 of the Do-Over podcast. We're doing it. We're here. I hope you have been enjoying what we've been putting out. We just added a brand new episode every single Friday at 8 a.m. So our new release schedule is Wednesday at 8, Friday at 8, and Friday is all that nerd news and sports stuff because obviously our lovely Jess.
I didn't get invited to the party.
Oh, you did get invited.
No, I didn't.
And you're like, I'm going to stop by. And then...
Okay, in my defense, I thought you guys were meeting on a different day. I got confused.
We told you.
We told
it's Wednesday.
I thought it
and
was
Fridays.
Yeah, you guys met on Tuesday.
No.
We got tidy on Tuesday.
We got tidy on Tuesday.
We
and then
work on Wednesdays and Fridays.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And shout
Be
out.
so for real.
Shout out to Groggs for believing in us and giving us an opportunity to go and take over their fine pub establishment prior to them opening the doors so we can do all of our nerd news and sports talk. So go check that out. Link in the bio, all that good stuff. Let's get into it. Let's get going on episode 4 of the Do-Over podcast. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We have a brand new sponsor that we're going to be adding today, so that's
right.
a big deal. I want to give thanks to everyone on Patreon. We have some big new members, some really, really high donations for some new listeners. So we really, really appreciate that. More details on merch, maybe some stickers when we hit 1,000 subs on YouTube, which we're really close. So make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube. Subscribe. Once we hit our mark, we can hit partner, and we're going to do a special run of stickers for all of our fans and all that stuff. So we got a lot of good stuff in the works and a lot of stuff to talk about. Before I get started, I just want to say my wife is super period pants right now.
Whoa.
She is period pants, man.
What are you doing talking ill about the wife?
It's not that I'm talking ill about
You're talking
her.
ill about the wife.
I'm not talking ill about her.
It sounds like you're going to get a good smacking when you get home.
Yeah, that's to be expected as of this point. I cannot do anything right now.
Okay, listen to me. Imagine bleeding out of your body for 7 days straight and not dying.
What are you talking about? I got a
Okay.
bleeding heart.
Shut the
Dude,
up.
are you going to be doing this all day?
I love it.
What? I'm just busting balls here.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
but imagine, okay? And she's not dying.
Okay.
Therefore,
She's thriving.
she's thriving.
Mhm.
And you know what? She's just like shedding the old and bringing in the new. Soon she'll be ovulating and she'll be like glowing and you'll think that she just like smells really good. And yeah.
Hey, Drew.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Hey, Drew. You like trains?
Love trains.
Because it sounds like you're about to be at that ovulation station, baby.
My God, this is going to get old fast. No, hold on. Can you explain something?
No.
Sure.
Because I was like, hey, Sarah, so this is what happened this morning.
Mhm.
This is just this morning. This
Yeah.
is not all the other days.
Yeah.
So I'm sleeping. It's recording day. So I like to get rest before we come in and record. And I come in and set up with Orc and all that stuff a little bit beforehand. So I get here around 8:30. Okay.
Mhm.
She walks into my room and she's like, oh, what? You're taking the girls to school. And I'm like, they need to be at school in 10 minutes. What are you talking about? Like, I'm like, coming out of sleep. She's like, well, I heard the shower. So this is what I do. And I've always done this. I run a bath because yes, I'm a bath man.
Guy.
He's a bath
I'm a
boy.
bath man.
He's
all
a
right?
bath boy with the bath duck.
I do
Mhm.
a man power bath where I, just fill it up and then I dunk, stand up, clean, dunk again, done. And I can get extra sleep as a result, right? So I run the bath, I go back to sleep, wake up in 8 minutes because that's how long it takes. 8 minutes. I set an alarm. I turn it off and it's too hot. in the beginning. It's way too hot.
Oh.
So I let it cool down. Okay. Then I go, right? So she's like, well, I heard the bath, so I thought you were up. And I'm like, well, that assumption makes an ass out of you and me. And I don't think she appreciated that. She's like, let's go. And like, Taylor's all looking at me like I'm about to get in trouble. So when she comes back, I'm like, all right, period pants, because this has been like.
You called her period pants?
Yes, I call her period pants. Because
Call her PP for short.
She's being a little period pants lady. And like, nothing I do is okay. She's been just like last night, I did the dishes. No one told me to. I just do the dishes, right? I'm like, okay, she's a little bit upset with me. Okay. So I'm going to do the dishes and she'll be happy about that. So I do the dishes and she comes up. She's like, are you going to clean that up too? And I'm like, It got to the point where I was like, dude, if you're not going to be nice to me, just like don't talk to me. Because everything was a problem. Like everything was a problem.
Listen, it's not her fault.
Hold on.
I will say.
Hold on.
Hang on. Can I go?
Yes.
I will say. Now I'm like you. If I see dishes, sometimes I'll do them. Sometimes. But that's because the missus likes things done her own way. The way she cleans, she doesn't like how I clean.
Right.
I'm not good at it. It's a woman's job.
Okay, so I'm not saying that. And
it's my woman's job because she likes doing it and she doesn't like how I do it. That's how my relationship works. You know, I do other stuff like, you know, exist.
Yeah, and play Baldur's Gate.
Oh my God.
No, I went up this morning after she took the girls to school. She's like sitting there stewing in her car, all right, playing her little mobile game.
Love it.
And I'm like, all right, period pants, what's the deal? She's like, do you just want me to do everything? I'm like, no. What I want you to do, and this is the big point I'm trying to make here. Communicate with me what you want me to do. If you wanted me to take the girls to school, tell me the night before. Or, dare I say, open up the door. Even if she kicked it in and was like, bitch, you're taking the girls to school. I'd be like, all right, I'm taking the girls to school. So don't assume that I'm going to be up and going. Verify. And the other thing is like, say I leave a cup right here. Right? I just leave a cup right there. Me doing that is not like, as a guy, not me saying, yes, I want Sarah to do it, right? I'm not saying I want Sarah to pick up the cup, right? Oh, Sarah will take care of it. That's what she thinks I think. She thinks that I'm just going to assume she's going to do everything. Men are okay with the cup being there. So if you want me to do something, just communicate what you want me to do and I'll do it. Why do your species, why do you always just assume that guys know what you want?
Well, I'm going to say, how long have you and Sarah been together?
On and off 14 years.
14 years.
We've been married for 8.
So you know her. You know her like the back of your hand. To her, you should just know. You've been with her long enough.
That's crazy.
Hang on. Are we going to take advice from somebody who has salt and vinegar chips for breakfast? What is this?
Salt and vinegar chips are dope, dude.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Breakfast, you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, and you said, damn, you know what I could go for? Some salt and vinegar chips? What is this?
I was going to go get some coffee, but nobody texted me back. You got
coffee.
No,
You're drinking coffee and salt and vinegar chips.
That is kind of a rough combo.
Listen.
God.
I was going.
What does your breath smell like?
Oh my God. Can I talk?
Salt and vinegar ass.
I was going to go through the Starbucks drive-through, but nobody texted me back. So then I saw a gas station and I was like, okay, cool. So I was going to get this and then some pan dulce. But listen, that's too much sugar.
God, I mean, did you go up to the guy at the, just like, how's it going? And he just faint?
Halitosis.
Yeah. No, listen, I just smell good as a person. So don't put that on me.
All I'm saying is that I love my beautiful blonde wife. She is the mother of 2 of the 3 of my children, these beautiful little girls.
Okay.
And I will do anything she wants me to. I will go to the end of the earth to make sure that her and these little girls are happy. I don't want, here, I'm going to look at the camera. I don't want you to do everything. I want you to tell me what you want me to do. That's the only thing I want of Sarah.
But when she tells you what she wants, do you give her attitude?
No.
You don't. Never.
Sometimes.
I'm going to be honest.
Maybe there'll be a little attitude here and there, but not a lot. And I still do it. I'm like, whoa, all right. You know, hey, do this. No, okay, all right. You know, like I'm that guy.
See, if she was like, hey, babe, I would love it if you, put your cup away. And if you were like, well, I was gonna, hey, please pause. Hey. And then she's going to be like, okay, then I'll just freaking do it then. And so she'll do it. But then she's going to be mad that she had to do it. But you gave her attitude. She don't want to hear your attitude.
Only thing I want is for her to tell me what she wants of me.
Then don't give her attitude. Then don't give her attitude.
Their whole dynamic is attitude.
Yeah, that's kind of our
thing. You started the story with, if she's like, babe, they don't call each other babe.
He babes her.
He does.
I do. She does not babe me.
Yeah, no, she's an Andrew or a Drew or a, hey, dumb face.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
DB. DB's her thing.
Yeah.
What's up, DB?
See,
that stands for dumb bitch.
But that's her pet name for you. That's really cute.
Dumb bitch.
You're her pet.
Dumb bitch.
I love that.
Dumb bitch is her pet name for me.
I wish I had a nickname. I don't have a nickname.
Jessie. There you go. That was easy.
Jess.
Yes.
Jess. The other day he called me Jessica, and I was like, "Pardon me."
Ugh.
Yeah.
So wait, he doesn't give you pet names?
No.
How about
Nothing,
Salty?
Mm-mm.
How about Vine?
He's really not being able to get
How about Gar?
over these vinegar.
He's literally just reading this right here.
What's your problem with salt and vinegar chips?
Ugh.
You're British, dude.
You're
like,
supposed
I
to
ain't
like
that
this.
British. I ain't that British.
Come
Okay,
on.
let me tell you something. As a girl with tummy troubles, this seems like a really weird combo, but I'm going to explain it to you.
You know what it is? It's sharp. If sharp was a flavor, it'd be salt and vinegar.
Okay, let me explain it to you.
Tell me I'm wrong.
He doesn't like tang.
Tell me I'm wrong though. Am I wrong?
Sharp is not the right word.
If you had described
You're
salt and
thinking
vinegar,
sour.
no. Vinegar is
I
sharp.
understand what he's trying to say.
It's
like,
sharp.
It is like a sharp
Okay, but listen, the
reaction.
tang, or like the sourness of it actually settles the IBS girly tummy. So where this is gonna hurt me, this is gonna settle it, and then they counteract.
Look, I don't care what bad flavor of chips you like.
I don't think that's how it works, dude. I don't think that's how it works.
To me, it does.
This just ain't. It's not even like 10.
Okay, you know what? Listen, I was really hungry. I didn't know what to do. I acted out of desperation.
Like I get it. If you wanted a little crunch in your eggs or an omelet, you sprinkle it over the top like in the bear. But this is just your raw dog and chips at 9 a.m.
Yeah. And
not even like a normal flavor. You just got a sharp ass flavor.
I'm sorry.
With
I
a
will
sweet ass
defend.
sugary coffee.
I will
It's like
defend.
a 500 calorie breakfast.
I've been working out a lot, by the way. Okay, I earned this.
We're going to talk about later how you went to the gym, weighed yourself, and had a breakdown and then ate McDonald's.
I mean, it hasn't been there. It's still bulking season. It's bulking season until it isn't.
You got to eat big to get big. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for real.
Big muscle.
For real. Anyways, so good morning.
Shit.
I just had to get that off my chest because I cannot go through the pod with that laying on me.
Okay, well, can I say something really quick since I've been being attacked all morning?
Sure.
You attacked him for like 10 minutes.
Fool? No, I didn't.
Thank you, Elliott. Brothers in arms.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, say something nice about me. You've been mean to me all morning. And if you go in our text message thread, it's me.
She texts me TikToks. I don't like that. It doesn't look right. Just send them through TikTok. I don't need a middleman.
Oh, I just noticed the rings on his hands.
Yeah.
Show him up to the camera.
What are you talking about? Of course I'm wearing rings.
I just noticed the
I could go for a cup of coffee, but it sounds like Drew's making tea over there.
Oh my God. He totally played the part. Anyways, so let's
say something nice.
Jesse, you know we love you. But sometimes you act like a goof.
Okay, no, that's not a compliment.
What are you talking about?
You need to just say something nice.
It's so easy. Just be like, you're a sweetie boo boo baby because we love you.
I said, you know I love you.
Period.
Therefore, he knows I love you.
Just stop there. This is where you stop. Just right there.
There's no but.
You can be a goof.
Anyways. So before we get into hump to hump, we're talking about what we've been up to in the previous week.
Wow.
We're going to do something called...
We're never going to beat the horny allegations.
We're going to do something called It Came From the Comment Section. So there's a couple that I am a personal fan of. What's so funny?
I don't know.
Well, I'm confused.
The foghorn.
So you're just doing the foghorn? Here, let's go.
We haven't got the sounders put in yet.
No, I did pull a couple things that are strong contenders, Elliot. That maybe we're gonna do a little bit of a review coming up here.
Okay.
I just want to say I love this comment because I don't know if it was supposed to be mean or not.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking
Wait,
about.
this is on our YouTube.
Oh, okay. Never
All
mind.
right, let me see here. It goes. This is from the real meme in the north.
Then I don't think it was mean.
I don't think it was mean.
I
but
don't think
funny.
it's supposed to be mean.
Drew's energy is unmatched, bro. That intro went down with the syndrome. I was like, yeah.
Man,
I was like, yeah, syndrome may be down, but the hopes are up, brother. All right. 2 thumbs up. Do you got a comment that you want to read?
no,
I have
but
one.
I don't because the comments I'm going to be sharing are for my own little thing
Okay,
that I've
Jess.
fallen in love with.
Jess, go ahead and pull up a random comment from one of our recent posts. And you can find us everywhere at The Do Over 559, YouTube, Instagram,
Reminds
everywhere.
me, you got to change your name on Twitter. Still the old name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll change my name on Twitter. The Do Over 559 is what it's going to be. So you can go find us on Twitter, our redheaded stepchild of social media accounts. So Jess, are you pulling up your comment?
Yes. So this is from the video of you and I at the salon,
Okay.
and how you're like, and whose fault is that for us being a little bonky?
Right.
And I said it's Elliott's fault, right?
Yeah.
Totally wasn't my fault.
Someone comments, and I think I know who it was if you
Right.
catch my drift.
Yeah.
Someone says, yes, his fault. Without him, we would not have her. Ah, glorious.
Okay, that's kind of a bar, though. That was kind of a bar.
That's funny.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I poisoned the show.
I love hateful fucks on the internet. They're so funny. So like one guy yesterday, it was like, we posted our picture and there was one dude that because we did like these pictures and it's kind of like emo album cover ish, right? And we posted it
It's
up.
a little somber.
It's a little somber. And someone apparently I didn't even see this comment. He put what Stink 182.
No, that was a good one. I think that was genuinely funny.
And then that guy is just a cockface. But there is another dude yesterday. What did he say? I'm paraphrasing because when we got fired and we did all of our stuff and like put it out there, I was like done with that. I usually let these people run, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I let them and I'll like not see all of them, right?
Yeah.
But anyone that's been negative since then, just like either to you or anyone, somehow he dodges all the bullets. I don't
Because-
get
It's usually us.
it. It's usually
It's
just
because
us.
I'm super lovable.
Yeah,
I mean, look at me. I've worn a costume every week of the show.
You have. Except for the first week when you were like this.
What you talking about?
Other than that.
It was wheezy, baby.
So yesterday he commented something along the lines of, yeah, man, show was good while it lasted, but I'm out. I'm like, no, not you, random guy on Instagram. You're out? Oh, no. What am I going to do?
Maybe he just hasn't gotten behind the podcast pandemic that we're currently in and are now actually a part of.
Yeah.
Well,
We're a part of the problem now.
we are part of the problem.
Look at us.
But without getting into details about everything,
Everything.
there is a reason why we continue to do this because we have an audience for it. So big shout out to everyone
Yeah.
Yes,
who's
thank
listening.
you.
The number's going up and up and up. So we
And you better
appreciate
keep
that.
listening.
Yeah. And sub to our YouTube. I can't stress that enough. But there you go. We'll be reading random comments from our social media posts, our posts on YouTube and Spotify. So go ahead and participate. Go ahead and put out some comments there, and maybe we will read it. And if you're a dick, make it funny.
Yeah, just be creative.
Yeah, just be creative. If you're gonna be a dick, make it
We
funny.
don't mind mean comments. Just be a little creative.
Yeah,
with
be
it.
creative
But
about it.
unfortunately for me, it's usually all the same person.
Well,
To be fair, they were in their bag with this one.
I will say there are a few. How do I say this without being a complete asshole? There are a few random accounts that I'm sure are burners for people either affiliated with or friends with people from our old establishment.
Just people from our past. We'll leave it at
people from our past, right?
Mhm.
And I'm like, it's only like I could tell what's going on here. So hump to hump. What have you been for the last week? What's up with Elliott jams? Other than snazzy outfits. Explain this. How did this happen?
This?
Yes.
This whole thing.
This what? My normal manner of dress?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? This?
What are you talking about?
The way that I always dress, Drew?
Sometimes I'm on the go and I like to be comfy. What about it?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Look, me and the missus, we got good things going on. Like the Sopranos. And after the season 4 finale, which was incredible, mind you, we started season 5, but she talked to me over the weekend and said, hey, I got a surprise for you. Surprises? Oh, what's going on?
Oh, so Elliott thought it was immediately
Lingerie.
something, something sexy.
Well, the way she was hinting at it, she was like, you're going to love it. Like, I think I already do.
Why do you keep doing
Keeps on doing this.
I think I already do, She's like, it comes in Monday. I was like, Monday? The hottest day of the week, So it doesn't come throughout the day, but then at 10 p.m. And I'm thinking, that's sexy time. She lets me know, it's like, it's here. And I need you to try it. I was like, whoa.
Whoa,
babe.
me? Babe, what are we doing here?
Babe.
Some role play?
Whoa.
Babe.
What's going on?
Whoa.
Am I playing the girl tonight?
Look, I like spice, but this
I'm
might
begging
be,
for a pick.
this is spicy, but I don't know if I'm into muy caliente, I see it, and I see this glorious tracksuit. And she looks at me and she's like, oh, and I was like, oh, and she's like, guess what? What? Mine comes in Thursday.
Whoa!
So hers came in last night. So we plan on doing a full tracksuit date coming up.
Oh my God! Please let me tape it.
No.
Please
Are you
let
gonna
me
vlog
tape
it at
No.
least? You're not
You
gonna
gotta vlog
it?
it, dude.
No.
You're not gonna vlog it?
We'll take photos and stuff like that.
Tag us in it.
But I gotta see if we gotta make a decision. Do we go with slices or do we go to a deli and get some gabagoo?
You do deli.
And
you play into the role.
You
dude.
have to tell us where and when, just for scientific
Yes.
reasons.
No.
Yeah. Hold on. I will say this. This is the best compliment you're going to get from me all day, Elliott. I do love that him and his girlfriend do this.
Oh, they're so
like, they
cute.
have fun.
They are so
Yeah.
cute.
I don't think that
Yeah.
we've had fun for 13 years now.
Some say marriage is the fun.
No. I mean, I love my life. I love my children. I love my wife.
Got a
I
good
am
one.
lucky.
Yeah.
I am lucky and blessed to have them. But this has not been a thing for a long time. Maybe like
Yeah.
Christmas, we'll get matching like pajamas
Yeah.
or something
So,
like that. But
The plan is, and spoiler, we're gonna try and pitch a Sopranos Halloween
to everyone,
to everyone.
you're all, look how good we look.
So, like-
you can also look this good.
So like Lady James will be Carmen, I'll be Tone. We'll get somebody to be Pauly, Chris to be Chrissy.
Does
Christopher.
does that-
Christopher.
Christopher.
Does that fit him?
Yeah. Kinda. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
What season are you guys on right now?
I'm on episode 4, season 5, and it's we have this reoccurring joke, me and the missus, because the first season's a little slow and then it starts picking up, right? And after like every episode, she's like, all right, it's about to get crazy.
Mhm.
So after literally every episode for 5 seasons, she'd be like, okay, you need to pay attention because this. And I'm like, is it about to get? She's like, it's about to get crazy.
Is it about to get crazy right now?
But like she was on it for season 4. Season 4 was awesome.
Yeah.
And season 5 is now you're really starting to see everything get crazy. And Steve Buscemi's in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much I want to say, but I don't want to spoil it for him.
Don't
so
spoil.
I'm not. But The Sopranos, good.
Don't you spoil it.
Yeah.
Really working on my Pauly frown.
Anyways, Jess,
Yeah.
without getting into the D&D,
I don't want to talk.
oh my
about
God,
it.
one of the biggest. This episode is going to be heavily revolving around your D&D. Hold on,
I D&D this last weekend.
How'd
I
it go?
finally got to play. Yeah.
How did it go?
No, it was great. We finally got the gang back together. For most of the part, my frog brother got the same flu that everybody's been getting, so he missed out. But man, I forgot. It's been so long, I forgot kind of how to play.
Really?
I mean, it'd been 4-5 months, and a lot of crazy stuff's been happening.
A lot.
Yeah. So, but I finally got to get back into it, and damn, I miss it. I want more. I'm jonesing for it again.
Do you want to take my spot?
We're gonna get into that, Jess.
We'll get into that when we get into.
We're gonna get into that because Jess.
She didn't listen to our advice.
No, she didn't. She didn't listen to anything, and then she started judging everyone at the table.
Listen.
But we'll get into it. Okay. What?
Because I can defend myself. I was having a great time.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Anyways, other than that, what's been up with you? Any other big things that we can talk about?
No.
No big things that we can talk about that's going on with Jess?
Just know that my life's about to be really cool.
That's it? That's all we get? My life is going to be so crazy
it's just
great.
So crazy, so cool. I don't know. All I do is work anymore. And somehow I'm on a dating app.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm on a dating app.
What are you talking about?
I didn't put myself there.
Oh.
Someone did it on your behalf?
Yes, on my behalf.
That's very thoughtful of them.
So
wait. When you look at it, it's like, I'm Jess and I'm single. I'm not with Chris at all. Come and hop in my vagina.
That's what it is.
That's pretty much what it says.
And I haven't seen it personally, but Chris's boss texts me.
Oh my God.
And she's all, hey, either you are on a dating app or somebody put you on, which we all know, and I'm like, oh, what? Okay.
What if you've been watching Severance, right?
Yeah, I just started it not too long ago.
Okay. What if she's got a severed part of herself?
I know, right?
What if
she has no idea by it?
What if she's got an innie and it's really Jess this whole time, not realizing she's in a relationship with Chris?
So Sarah had to explain because I came in late and she was watching it, and I'm like, this is very compelling and weird and great though.
It's the best TV show on television right now.
And I was like, what? And then Sarah's like, innies and outies, it's about severing your trauma so you don't kind of know what horrible thing happened to you, so you can we'll talk about more on TV on the internet, but Severance is tight. So if you hear innie, it's when you're in it, here, you're kind of not aware of what's happening out here.
Think of if...
Yeah, I'm thinking of something else when you say innie.
I know you are. You're perp.
You're perv. We understand. We get it.
Think of when you walk in, the second you walk through that door, all you know is this room.
Okay.
And the second you walk out, you don't remember anything about
here. Right.
Oh, so there might be a part of me that's on a dating app.
Yeah. Maybe you're doing it at night, just all.
And I don't even
right.
know.
Cringe.
Right? I know. I called Chris and I'm like, hey, in case you haven't heard, I am on a dating app. And he was like, because we just
love him.
Because all we
got to do is laugh.
Probably who did it.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
And so we're just, whatever. So there's that. But I've also been working out like crazy. I'm fit, fab, F slur.
You already said the F word. You said fuck earlier.
No, I said F slur.
Oh, what's that?
You should say it.
What?
No. What am I half of? What am I half of?
Half gay?
Okay.
Say it.
No.
We're on a podcast. You can say it.
No, I won't. I don't want
You're half gay. Go ahead. Say it.
I don't get. You say it.
I'm not going to say it.
You're associated with me. You can say it.
No. I have gay friends and I respect them.
Oh, period.
All right.
We respect our friends in that community.
In that community, we respect them.
Yeah, we do. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, last night yesterday I went to the gym and I ran into Greg. Shout out Greg.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Greg Nugs?
Yeah, Greg, who is one of the most awesome people. Shout out Greg.
He's in immaculate shape.
He's in great shape.
He is the shape.
You know what? Here's the thing about Greg. If he's the nicest guy that you'll ever meet, he is a tactician behind a firearm. He's done a lot of firearms training with me. we bonded over that. But he's just a really big fan of the show. And then like I'm a fan of Greg.
Yeah.
And
He's a good dude.
he
Good
is
people.
great people, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And whenever you see Greg, there's never not once that you're like, oh, you're like, Greg.
Yeah.
You know, it's like he's that guy.
He's a battery charger.
but
for
he
sure.
is the man that makes you feel like you are less of a man
Oh,
whenever you're around him. He's funny. He's sweet.
he's handsome.
He's handsome.
Mhm.
He's ripped. And
Yep.
he could fucking kill like 50 people if he needed to, like that. And you're like, yeah, man, I don't measure up to
Well,
that
and
like at all.
I was like doing a set and I noticed someone. I try to like just keep my head down the whole time at the gym because I don't like socializing at the
Mhm.
gym. But he was like kind of off in the corner and I'm like, this guy's just kind of standing there. But I wasn't like paying attention really. So I put my weights down and then he came up to me and he was like, hey, I didn't want to interrupt you. And I was like, King? Okay, pop off.
You didn't go, stop looking at me. Stop looking at why are you looking
Why
at me?
you-
Joey Swole, is that you?
Why are you looking at me? I'm going to tell your manager. You didn't do that.
No, I
Because
didn't.
that's like a big thing on the internet.
Well,
right
I
now.
have been recorded at the gym, and
That's weird.
a really nice guy actually came up to me and was like, "Hey, this guy's recording you. I'm going to walk you to your car when you're done." And
Aw.
he told the manager of the gym, and it was like a whole thing. And then I saw the creeper the next day. So
It's so funny. He's like, I'm going to walk you to the car. The moment you get to your car, you're all, no, breathe into this bag.
Now do me a favor. So I've got this date. Can you smell this cologne on this
Yeah.
rag and see
Yeah,
if
it's
it's good?
okay.
oh my
That's-
god, I didn't even think like that. I was like, he's so nice.
He's such a gentleman.
He's so
nice.
sweet.
Mhm, but
Did I ever tell you about the creeper in the library?
No.
I've never told you the story.
No.
Oh, my brother and I, this was like over a decade ago. We were in high school still. So this was like 14 years ago. That aged myself. I'm sad. Anyway, we had to do like these assignments. So we would go to the library, our local one right by our old high school. And we're just typing away. We're writing our stuff down. But we noticed this guy is using one of the computers. Now, the way the computers are set up is there's this giant or this super long wall with computers. And these are like desktops all across it. This guy picks like 4 or 5 away from us, but we can still see the screen.
Right.
This is a public library, mind you.
oh no.
This guy,
And I see where this is going.
Mhm.
this guy starts just looking at, and hopefully not doing anything else other than looking at this very vulgar porn.
Like rough and grody.
Like grody. I'm
In
talking
public.
and I'm talking like without being too grotesque. You know what I'm saying?
Boobs.
oh, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't want to say the word because it's
I don't even know what that
we'll leave it at that. Anyway, so me and there you go. There's the thumbnail. Yeah. So me and my brother are like, what the f- is this, man?
Yeah.
Like, we got to tell somebody. So we like get up because you're not going to keep studying after
Right,
that.
yeah.
You're not going to
Yeah.
be like, you feel like, and we go up to the, and we feel, I felt so bad for the front desk receptionist. And we're like, hey, we don't want to be the one to tell you that guy with like the stringy balding hair.
Oh. It's always the stringy ball.
The guy has the grease on the neck.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he's watching some really nasty porn.
Well, kids
And we're
go
talking,
there.
and we're talking
Yeah.
like nasty porn here, lady.
How is that not blocked?
Great question.
That is a good question. Maybe this is before like they could even do that because this is 15 years ago, right?
yeah,
Like,
but it was, dude, I'll never forget that gross that whole situation was.
I got a similar story. It's pretty good. So my friend, when I was in junior high, his mother, I'm telling you, was like the most scattered brain, airheaded kind of not aware person. And
Mhm.
I'm telling you, like, I could be sitting there smoking a cigarette in the living room and she would just be like, oh, what are you boys doing? And like walking, like, was not aware of anything. And
Yeah.
it was filled. He had a sister, he had 2 sisters, and there was 3 boys, 2 girls. Okay. Everyone came and hung out with these people because we could do, in essence, whatever the fuck we wanted at any
Mhm.
time. I was like, look, your mom is not aware of anything here. And he's like, yes, she is. I'm like, no, I'm going to prove it.
Yeah.
So there is these dirt. And when I say dirty, like early internet, gross pictures
Oh.
on their computer, like shit in mouse and like on chest.
Two girls, one cup.
No, it was before that.
Oh,
It was
okay.
like dirty.
It was
like
the prequel.
It was the nastiest shit.
One girl in a cup.
I put as a screensaver all of those pictures on their family computer.
That's kind of messed up.
No, never, not once did it come up. Never, not once. It was there for months. For months, dude. Never said a word.
And,
And
like,
it was offensive. It was like the most offensive shit you could possibly put as a picture. Never once said anything. Ever. Never, not once.
That's fantastic.
That seems a little messed up.
He was in it on it. I mean, like,
Well, I mean,
told him
he's
I was
not.
in it.
He's also with guilt.
Do you guys remember when Xanga was a thing?
What?
Xanga, the thing that was before MySpace.
No.
Oh, I had one. It was like MySpace before it was MySpace. And I don't remember what I was doing, but I was on Xanga and I saw someone's username was I love boobs 555. And I'm like, that's so funny.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm 10 years old. That's so funny.
Literally, I was like, hee. I don't think,
Right.
I'm not thinking anything of it. I'm
Right.
literally like in my peak purity days.
Jess is just looking at it. Beebs.
Literally. And so I click on it and it's a full-fledged lesbian porn thing.
Oh, no way.
And I was like, so I'd never
like, you
seen
really do
anything
love
Was that
boobs,
like an
huh?
awakening? Where you're
I'd
like,
never seen anything. I didn't know what was happening. Like I was
Right.
like, why is she doing that? And what is that?
That's a weird
Why
place
are
to
they-
put someone's tongue.
I don't understand. Like,
literally, I was so confused. But me looking at that, like,
It awoken something.
no, like viruses on my computer.
oh, immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I remember my mom went on the computer and in the, like the www dot, and then it's like you could see like what you were like about to type.
Right.
You know what I mean? It said like www dot like ifbitches.com.
I fuck bitches.
Yeah.
Hey,
And-
Fuck
Yeah.
bitches all day.
Yeah,
Make money.
And my mom was like, Jessica! Oh my God! Like,
Ah!
and thank God my brother was like more tech savvy at the time. And he was like, Mom, she didn't do that. That's a virus. And she's like, well, how does this virus come up? Yeah. And I didn't know it was because I was looking at lesbian porn on
Right.
accident.
Uh-huh.
I remember one time on our family
Oh,
computer.
I just tripped and fell and typed in I
So-
love boobs 555.
On our family computer, I had like Napster and like all the file sharing apps on it
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
And I remember one day, I never, ever, like this laptop is porn free,
Yeah.
right? There's no, I never have once searched porn or anything on it.
Well, it's too clumsy to use a laptop for porn.
Well, I disagree. You can make it work. But look, I've never, like on the family or like work computers, I never once looked porn. I remember one day,
Yeah.
in a moment of 16-year-old weakness, I typed in like big tits.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is before like internet connections were fucking awesome. Right.
Yeah.
So if you clicked on
It's all
anything,
dial up. It's like,
it would take forever for something to pop up. Yeah. We'll get going here in a second. Like for one picture, it would take
Yeah.
an hour. Right.
Yeah.
So I click on a link and all of a sudden, boom, 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 like all these I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like panicking,
Yeah.
right? Like panicking. I hear my mom walking and I'm like, oh no, my mom's gonna walk. I don't know. Wait, no,
bro.
So finally I managed to get it all off, right?
Yeah.
I turn off the computer, don't think anything of it.
Mm.
The next day, my dad's he walks in.
Son, you got good taste.
No, he's the door. He's all like, I saw what you searched there. And I was like, what? No, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm like, you searched it.
Yeah.
He's all, no.
I have my own computer for that.
Do you think low key, I know this is going to sound rude and this is no offense to our LGBTQ plus people, but do you think like a father, when he finds his son searching for porn and it's like not weird, meaning it's not like niche weird shit,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? It's just like standard
Lovemaking.
pornography. Do you think that dads are like, that's my boy? You know what I mean? Or do you think they're like,
I
now
think
I have to have this talk?
I think it's probably a little awkward. I would assume. Like, you've never seen Josh do anything?
No. So
That's
I
nice.
told, well,
I
no.
don't know. He's 18.
Yeah, he's 18. I remember when he was about 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Cause his mom caught him searching stuff.
Yeah.
And his mom was kind of freaking out. And I was like, he's a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Like, I understand you had brothers, but you've never been a mother of a boy. Like, this is.
And also, congratulations. This is the first of many offenses.
Yeah,
down the
yeah.
road.
Like, don't worry. There's going to be lots. Wait till you start doing his laundry. And it's like.
And you can like rip it.
Yeah.
It stands up on its own. It's just.
So, she gave him a load of shit over it,
Yeah.
right? And in the car, I picked him up. I said, Josh, it's normal to look at naked women.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is something you do privately.
Yeah.
Not around people, privately, on your own time. And he started crying.
Oh, poor
because
baby.
not because he was caught, but because he felt like he was doing something horribly wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was basically my conversation with him.
Yeah.
And now it's like, if you put a baby in some fast ass piece of ass, dude, you're taking care of it, not me.
Yeah.
Not me. You want to go into financial ruin? Go have unprotected sex.
Mhm.
That's pretty much, because I'm sure the difference between like the birds and the bees talks that you had before, kids kind of learn that shit way quicker now because of the access to
Yeah.
pornography and information now just on their phones. If they're interested, they'll just be like that. Before, a lot of people, you know, I talked about like kind of the boundaries
Mhm.
of what I expect. And I'm like, you're going to have sex, wrap it up. You know what I mean? And if you don't, you're risking this, and this. And guess what? I ain't helping you with any of it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, you know, and a lot of guys, they won't care. They'll be like, whatever. But just know you'll go into financial ruin at a very young age, and it's going to be your responsibility to figure
Yeah.
it out. I ain't helping you with that.
Well,
So,
I didn't really have that conversation, but something happened. That my mom was like, "Oh no, I think we need to have the conversation because
You're going to go to hell.
no."
you're going straight to the
I've already-
deepest, darkest hellfires ever.
She like checks her for it. Oh my God, you're already burning up. It's already affecting you.
No.
Did she put your hand on your forehead and go, Jesus save her? Blood of Jesus on my child. Yeah.
With a rosary up.
Puts like a fucking snake on her head. Yeah.
No.
No?
So what?
Nothing like that?
No, some girl that literally, I remember her name. I'd love to call her out. That bitch.
That bitch.
Girl, she told my 7th grade math teacher that I was giving hand jobs in the back of class.
Oh, what a fucking asshole.
Mind you, I genuinely didn't know what that meant.
Like, she's all hand jobs. You're all, yeah, I tap them up good.
It's like,
I'm like,
but you need your hands to do a job.
Literally.
yeah, I do jobs with my hands.
You asked me
I
to
also do foot jobs, too.
You make me do jobs around the classroom all the time. Like, no, I do not.
No, I genuinely, I remember so vividly. I was in the back of the class with 2 boys, but it was boy, and then me.
Right.
So I was wanting to tell the boy on the further end something. So I put my hand on boy in the middle's knee and leaned over to tell something to the other boy.
You don't know what you did to that poor middleman.
Yeah.
You awoken something in him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, maybe 7. I was in my prime at that age, let me tell you.
But I mean, I peaked right in 7th
peaked
grade.
in 7th grade. So I remember doing that. And I was like, is that what you're talking about? Because like, that's all I can think of. I don't even know what that
like
means.
you didn't know what it is.
No, but I got suspended.
You got suspended?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did your mom not go in there and be like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
No, she pretty much was like, just send her home then. Like thank God my mom believed me because I was like, I don't know what that means. I don't understand what that is.
Right.
Like I like swore up and down and thank God she was like, yeah, no, I know.
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
But I went home and then she was like, well, what do you think it is? And I was like, I don't know. And
just does somebody ask you to do a job with only your hands?
Yes, I do hands. I do jobs with my hands all the time. Hand jobs all day.
All day. And so then fast forward years, I'm doing hair. And
That's a hand job.
And
because you're using your hands
You
so
do.
much.
Yes.
You make money
yes.
doing jobs with your hands. Hand jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this person texts me and she's like, hi, this is so-and-so. I'd like to make an appointment, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, makes an appointment. It's that girl that got me suspended.
That bitch. So you had the opportunity to just her hair up.
I could have just buzz cut
you could have just like have her and just been like, oops, I'm sorry.
I do her hair to this day.
Have you guys talked about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did she say sorry?
Well, so when she first came in, I was like, I know you. You could have just said like who it was. And she was like, I didn't think you would take me. And I was like, hey, I was 12. And now at the time, I think I was probably like 25-ish. I'm like, it's been a long time. Like now it's funny. Like we all laugh about it. Like it's not a big deal. But at the time, it was very traumatic. Like my male teacher pulled me outside and was like, are you doing inappropriate things in the back of class?
Like I was passing a note.
Well,
I'm
but
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Well, and mind you, I had already gotten suspended because I kept stealing people's math homework and like erasing their names and putting mine.
That's just wait, what?
Yeah.
You thought that was gonna work?
Well, people from different periods of his, like if I had like third period, I'd be like, first period homework, hand it over. Because he would just like look at it and be like, oh, okay. So I would erase their names and put mine, and it worked until it didn't. And he's like, how long have you been doing this, actually? And I was like, this is my first time. He didn't believe me, and so I got in trouble.
That's some pretty baller.
So thank you,
man. You were a little Elliott,
rebel rouser.
This man hated me though. Like he was like so upset with me all the time. And so when he took me out, and he was like, "Are you doing inappropriate things?" I thought he meant cheating because I had done that already, and I'm like cheating on my homework still or what? And he was like,
still.
And he was like, no, I can't say it like out loud, but you know, and I'm like,
giving loose handies out in the back row.
And I'm like, just say
it. Are you
it.
giving no effort hand jobs in the back of the class? Just all
our cards on the table. Let's call a spade for a spade. Are you giving handies?
Well, but it was very much like when I got back, I was only suspended for a couple days. And when I came back, it was very easy A. Like all the little horny middle school boys were like, so.
Did you hear Jess was giving Brag Eye back there a little action?
But I'm like, wait a minute. Like, I don't understand how I could even do that in class.
Right. Like,
maybe it was.
There's people that figured it out.
Was it?
I'm sure.
OTBHJ? Outside the pants hand job?
Oh my God.
Gene Ween?
Old Gene
Did you
Ween?
give him good old Gene Ween?
Is crazy.
You're going to get that Gene Ween where the ween rubs on the jeans and got that Gene Ween?
That is not
just
a
rubbing
thing.
fabric, you know?
That's not a thing.
You'd be surprised.
Shut up.
You'd be surprised.
I've gotten Gene Ween a couple times.
Little Gene Ween?
No.
Little Gene Ween, not
a little denim devil, you know?
That is insane.
Just all sticking out, kind of like
a little loose Levi's, you know?
Anyway, we got to get off this topic.
It was funny though.
It was good.
It was good.
Okay, we're gonna take a little break. Hear from our brand new sponsor.
Brand new sponsor,
and then we're gonna come back and do their effing weird. Sound good?
Let's do it.
Sounds
all right,
good.
it's coming up next.
We would like to thank Frank Sierra Finish Carpentry and Sierra Door Supply, providing and installing all your doors, custom closets, and decorative molding needs in Tulare, Kern, Kings, and Fresno County. Give a call to Anthony Sierra, your friendly neighborhood Finish carpenters, for a free quote today at 559-623-3054. Thank you so much for supporting the Do Over podcast.
Big shout out to Frank Sierra Finish Carpentry and Sierra Door Supply. We appreciate you supporting us here at the Do Over podcast. Therefore, you need to support them, all right? Tulare, Kern, King, and Fresno County. They got you covered in all your carpentry and door hanging needs.
Ooh.
So go and check them out. Thank you so very much. Good to be in business with you. Now, you all, we got to do their effing weird. And as everyone's pointed out, we've had some intro issues.
I wouldn't say they're issues.
I would say they're issues.
No, I wouldn't. I love them. I've grown to love them.
So I figured that this is a good sounder for their fucking weird.
I could have left a fucking bomb in there. Do you want to know why I didn't?
Because you're fucking stupid.
Because we have... I could have left a fucking bomb in there. Do you want to know why I didn't?
Because you're fucking stupid.
Because we have...
Oh.
All right.
What is that from?
It's some video game. I don't know. I have no idea. But this comes from odditycentral.com. This was posted on the 23rd of January. New humanoid robot stuns internet with its smooth walking ability.
Oh.
Chinese robotic startup Engine AI recently launched a new humanoid robot that stunned everyone with its natural human-like gait, which many attributed to CGI because they thought it was fake.
God. Well,
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, wasn't China also doing like their zoos where they had the sloth bears dressed as, but it was
Yeah.
people?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fair to call them out. This might be a little fake.
Maybe a little bit
Maybe
fake.
a little fake.
Major robotic companies around the world have been trying to replicate the smooth human gait in their humanoid robots for decades with relatively modest results. But last October, Chinese company Engine AI unveiled SE01, the most advanced humanoid robot yet, featuring an advanced end-to-end neural network system. The SE01 robot learns to walk like a human in a simulation, getting feedback for how well it does and constantly improving over time. It is powered by dual processors from NVIDIA and Intel and features 3 stereo cameras that will help it navigate and interact with complex environments. Now, I thought that maybe this will be a good question. Okay.
You're going to ask us if we're having sex with robots?
No,
Okay.
but that's an inevitable future. People are already doing it now, and they're like not even good robots.
They were
It's
supposed
not
to.
even like Westworld style sex with
They were
robots.
supposed to have them by 2025. That was the whole headline.
That's what we thought.
That's what we were supposed to get.
Where's my sex bot? That's what I want to know, right? What?
I can't.
Dare I say something?
Please.
Okay. Dare I say something?
Robot porn next.
Hold on. Dare I say something? Yes. If there was like a humanoid robot option and it was like AI, a lot of humans across the whole globe would be fucking these poor things
Are you
all the
one
time.
of them?
No, but that comes with a but. Say if like you wanted to explore different things with your partner, but you did not want to involve another human, I could see that becoming a thing, right? The inevitable future of AI robots is sex robots.
Yeah.
Like I guarantee you, because like, have you seen Westworld?
No.
Okay. So Westworld, what they do to those poor robots is exactly what humans would do, right? Like they'll kill them, you know, in fantasy role play, they'll kill the robots or they'll have sex with the robots because, you know, it's a safe way to do it, right? They're not human beings.
You're getting your vulgar urges out
On them. Now imagine like if it really, what does it say about human beings that like that's an inevitable future,
I
right?
cannot handle that.
Do you think AI, right, in general, is gonna become a problem rather than an assist tool like it is now? Do you think AI is going to overtake a lot of jobs because it can just process and do things quicker? Like,
I think so.
you know, I was hearing something about quantum computing and when they crack that really well, what that means for AI and how it can learn and adapt. What do you think that the future of AI is going to do? Because everyone's doing it. It's in everything now.
Yeah.
Like, and it was a short leap. It was like AI became somewhat sophisticated and it's the worst it ever was going to be like 3 years ago. Now it's in fucking everything. Everything. Your phone. Fucking everything has AI, powered by AI, Apple Intelligence, fucking AI. Like it's everywhere. And they're learning basically by scrubbing the internet. Now, I don't think that the internet, although it is a good tool to use for information and stuff like that, the big things that get a lot of traffic on the internet can be misleading to, let's say, like a robot learning about what humans are or how they think or how they behave, because most of the salacious bullshit anger bait is what gets the most views and things on the internet.
Yeah.
So,
Look, fam, we're about 50 years away from Ultron taking over.
you think?
Oh, yeah. It's like you said. We've seen enough movies to know where this is going. Even when we say, oh, we have all these safeguards, we don't have anything safeguard. You just said the internet, right? How it's a great, vast place for knowledge. Yeah, AI is going to pick up everything. And it's going to lead to the same thing that every movie monster that learns figures out. We're the problem.
Humans are the problem. And like that, and that's that's unfair if you think about it, because yeah, humans are the problem. But I believe that the big problems of humanity are a vocal, very loud minority.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and no, I did not say minorities. I did not say minorities are the problem. Do not take that out of context. Okay. I said that the most loud of them are a very small group of people, and most like normal people that don't feel like that don't even waste their time with those assholes.
Yeah.
But they are going to be learning from these engagements. And I'm kind of like, I'm worried about if there is not an all off button, like an off switch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if they integrate it into our phones, and no matter what you do, there's kind of nothing you can do to stop it, because someone won't turn something off somewhere.
Yeah.
There's
Already-
no like kill switch on it. You know what I mean?
AI is going to learn to override the kill switch. And then what happens? Boom. You got Ultron.
Do you think artificial intelligence was an inevitable future for us? Like it was destined to happen, like us creating something in our image that will outpace us as a civilization,
I don't know.
as
man.
a species,
I don't like believing in destiny. Like it was destined to happen.
like an inevitable outcome.
I think so.
You think so?
I mean, who knows? Like it's like any of those things you see in the history where like a big figure has like two options they make, where it's like, oh, I could have done this, or I could have gone into the army, and they did the other thing. And then you get a whole new world. I think there's probably a universe or two where we don't have this, or we aren't as, sophisticated. We're probably a little more primitive,
Right.
a little more dumb, so who knows? I think the infinite universe thing's probably more true than anything. We're in like Earth 5 of
Yeah.
like 5 billion.
But you would like to believe that this isn't Prime World, like this isn't Earth A, like this is Earth. Like
There's probably a better version of me somewhere.
yeah, I was thinking about that the other day.
Well, that's what I think deja vu is.
There's probably
I
a-
think it's like a joining of the universes.
Like,
Okay.
or you're getting a glimpse.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I've seen this before, right? When you have that, I think that's like you've done it before in your other universe, and it's like, oh, we like joined together for a sec.
I'm sure there's a version of Elliott with a proper jawline.
Yeah.
Not this one. but,
Like
but,
in Earth Prime, Ellie's just rocking like the Giga Chid jaw. Just like,
Yeah. Earth 5 Elliott got nerfed right out the gate. It's fine. It's fine.
If your dreams are like a view into whatever alternate reality version of you exists, then I mean, damn, there's some Drews out there that their dicks are falling off, their teeth are falling out.
Yeah.
I'm just the moon just falls out of the sky.
Yeah.
Man, they're having it rough. I would say Earth, Zeta, Drew right now. Okay,
Yeah.
right? It's not
doing-
bad.
Not bad.
Well, it's
Not
like
bad.
it's like that boyfriend I had that quantum leaps to our universe where
He's probably seen. Yeah, he's probably seen all of them.
Yeah, he and I have 2 children, and I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I just don't do anything with my life. Like
I love that was his sale to you when you
Yeah.
were like paying for all of his shit.
I know.
He's like, you're a stay-at-home mom. I take it. And you're like, dude, I paid for
I
everything.
paid for
Please.
everything.
Probably.
Thank you.
Babe, you don't know this, but I have to find an energy source to quantum jump. And that is money.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
Money gives me energy to leap into other dimensions.
It's gold. So I have to
Yeah.
turn all of my money into gold and then
Yeah.
use that gold to melt in order to quantum leap.
I
There you go.
think that AI, especially since it's been in science fiction for so long before it was even like something that you could even consider being a possibility, it was an inevitable outcome.
I think so
Like
too.
it's an inevitable outcome.
Yeah.
Outcome. Now, how we govern what safeguards are in place and what it does to the human experiences of needing to work, because you need to work.
Mhm.
Like if you don't have purpose, we'll go nuts. And if
Yeah.
AI is just doing everything, like sophisticated AI, you got to think that AI is the worst it's ever going to be right now.
Mhm.
I can go to Chat GBT and be like, hey,
Write us a whole podcast
I could
script.
be like, write me a 50-page story about angels and demons fighting each other with elemental powers. And they'll just,
I know.
and then you read it over and go, okay, now change it. Like it is, and it's the worst it's ever going to be. I feel
Mhm.
like the outcome of this is us kind of having like a new almost like religious experience of letting these things govern us. Like there will be people that are willing to give themselves up to being governed by the AI. I think that's an inevitable outcome.
Is that
And
Matrix?
I hate that.
Is that Matrix?
No,
Really?
because they
We on our way
didn't.
to Matrix?
They had a war with each other because they became sentient, right? Like the AI became sentient,
Right.
and they wanted like their own representation in the
Got it.
world sphere. Humans said, "Go fuck yourself, you're a robot," and then they started a war. Okay, I'm saying that these things will become so sophisticated at processing just outcomes that they'll be able to kind of like be the court system.
Yeah.
Be like, well, based on your history and these decisions, statistically, you're going to kill someone in 10 years, kill him. Like,
Well,
it's, and we'll be willing to give ourselves up to that governance.
Yeah. Like they already have AI doing like eyelash extensions.
Mhm.
There's a couple of like AI that can do like you put your hand in a thing and it'll do your nails for you and you pull and it's like super fast. Like I worry about these things and I'm like praying to God that people aren't so dumb to get their hair cut by a robot.
I'm telling you, we're like 10, 20 years out of like 30% of the workforce being out of a job
I know.
because of AI, because it'll just be cheaper to implement. And then you got to think about like, okay, so then how do people make money? What's that going to do to the economy? But every single warning that we've ever had about artificial intelligence has been like, and I know it's fiction, but it has been like, pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Do not do that. That is bad. When we are the most sophisticated brains on the planet and you're creating something that can outthink us, maybe that's not smart.
Yeah.
And every single tech company has ignored those warnings over and over and because the money that's involved in it and the potential, militaristically speaking, our government is writing a blank check to these people.
Mhm.
Just go ahead and go for it.
Yeah.
That having no governance. I mean, look at what has happened with social media without AI and how people have weaponized it, used it to create extremists, has used it to like just use fake news bullshit everywhere.
Well, they've used AI to make like fake photos of like celebrity porn.
Yeah, and like fake videos. Like we will not soon be able to distinguish what is truly real and truly not. And when your objective reality is just always in question, what does that do to our psyches? I think it's so bad.
Yeah.
And like Dune really talks about this, like they make like thinking machines illegal because it was a huge uprising, a huge war, right? And I know, again, it's fiction, right? But it's about unlocking the condition and potential of the human mind, right? That's what we should be. And we do that through education and conditioning and certain things that we always cut funding to. We don't invest in the individual learning and exploring arts and different types and reinforcing that with money. We want someone to do something for it. Now, think about this. When you have AI that can create movies on the fly, books, art, things like that, what happens to our own self-expression when we don't even dictate that? It's just putting a prompt into AI, right? I just feel like it's a bleak future.
Yeah.
I don't understand like how normal people can look at this and be like, probably not smart.
I think when it comes to like films and stuff like that, I think AI can maybe write you an outline, but it can't make you feel. You don't really get a visceral reaction through AI. Can't understand emotion, at least yet.
Yet. You give AI 5 years.
And give it about 10, 20 years. Yeah, we're cooked, fam.
Yeah. Like it's, again, this is the worst it's going to be. And it's pretty damn good now. You know, just think of phones 10 years ago.
You know what we need to
get to? And what the
to?
difference is.
We need to get to Ready Player One. Where we just go into a metaverse.
And just chill there.
Yeah.
We can be like 800-pound assholes, but like in the metaverse, we're hella like strong and beautiful.
We need to get to that.
Yeah. Would you live in a virtual world, Elliott?
Like I wouldn't want to live in Columbus, Ohio, but like if I got that whole like universe thing. That'd be pretty sick.
It'd be pretty sick.
Or like a lot of
Like
people
fly around.
Well,
and
like
stuff.
a lot of people get jobs through that, and a lot of people get their education through that, and it's on like its own little education planet.
Right.
That's kind of cool.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of cool.
Like,
but it's also fake.
Well, yeah, but how'd you get to school today? Oh, I had to walk. Nerd. I took my hyperjet. Idiot. Like that sounds way cooler. That's just me though.
Now, Elliot.
Yes.
It's time for our Not As Fake News. Now, I have another little sounder here. This is
Is it the same one? Is it all reliable?
No.
Boo.
All right, you ready? So this is a fake news rap song, possibly created by AI.
Probably by AI.
Yeah. Trump the Don back at it again. Shout out Big Tucker, Alex Stein, JP Sears, Jordan Peterson, and Ben Shapiro. They call me racist, fake news. But Kodak Mazo, I got love for my Haitians. They cool. The media full of these federal agents. Break rules. America first, these candidates hate it. And hate you. Keeping 10 toes down, stay true. Everybody, they were loving me. So the media was switching up on me. Now they all trying to comfort me and get a little piece of my money. Greatest president of all time.
Okay, I'm sorry. Not As Fake News time, baby.
That beat went kind of hard.
It
though.
did.
That was a beat though.
And again, fake news, right? It's a fake song.
Mhm.
It's all AI, baby.
Yep.
It's all AI. But Elliot, I want to go into this because I found this to be kind of interesting. Streamers, including Kai Cenat, named in Drake's UMG lawsuit for the reaction videos, instantly respond with reaction videos to the lawsuit.
It's pretty funny because Kyle's like, why the hell am I here?
yeah. So it says, this is from PCGamer.com. Popular gaming adjacent streamers like Kai Cenat and Mark Phillips have been named in a musician Drake's defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group, which accuses the music publisher of spreading the false and malicious narrative he is a... Oh, we need to bleep that. Via the Kendrick Lamar track, Not Like Us. The Lamar song is a diss track and established tradition in which rappers pop off on one another. That's what diss tracks are. Drake's lawsuit takes aim at UMG and not Lamar himself and claims that the publisher chose corporate greed by trying to create a viral hit out of a song when it knew the accusations against him were not only false, but dangerous. So I'm going to say something here.
Okay. Because I'm going to say something too.
Yeah. First of all, diss track is a diss track. People say a lot of shit in diss tracks. It's a diss track. Take it for what it is. Two, to be fair, Drake has had a history of
weird,
weird relationships with underage people. Now, I'm not saying he did anything not okay. I'm just saying there was a very public kind of friendship with 11 from Stranger Things. That they were homies. But I mean, when you're a 35 plus year old man and you're homies with a popular underage star, it is going to raise some eyebrows here and there.
Wasn't there that video of that girl he brought up on stage and he smooched and she was 16 or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So there are things that led to that diss track. But again, let's go back. It's a diss track.
Yeah.
That's part of what they were doing. They were going back and forth, and he got panned pretty publicly as a result. And the fact that he's turning around and suing UMG is kind of it's a bad look.
It is.
Well,
It's like a bad look.
That's
dude.
what I was going to say. The second you get lawyers involved, you've lost.
Yeah. Well,
That's it.
And the reality is, with both songs, Kendrick slaughtered him, just with the song alone.
Well, he had 4 of them.
He was right. They were writing an album together. In essence.
He wrote Kendrick had 4 ready for when Drake dropped 1,
right,
and then just dog piled onto it.
right.
So I mean, and plus Kendrick's about to do the Super Bowl halftime with SZA. So I mean, he's on top of the world.
Yeah.
Does he play it at the Super Bowl?
No,
You don't think?
no shot.
One of the most popular songs he's ever dropped.
It's the NFL. NFL's got a reputation to maintain.
Yeah, but they don't play the whole songs during the halftime show at the Super Bowl.
Maybe just they're not like us, a blip.
Something leads into it.
They might
Yeah.
do the chorus or something, but he'll probably do stuff from his past, All the Stars, stuff like that, which is going to be angelic when you got SZA out there doing the chorus.
Yeah.
He'll do a lot of his big ones, Humble probably, and then maybe just play the intro to get people hyped and then be like, I can't.
Yeah. Sorry. I can't.
Yeah.
Lawsuit.
Can't be calling people a schmeta-schmile. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't like when you get lawyers involved, like Elliott said, you lost, especially when it's like a diss track situation.
It's
like,
over.
dude, the whole idea, and this is what I love so much about the hip hop world, is that it was like skill versus skill. It's like, I'm going to put this out. If you're going to be better than me, then beat me, right? Be better. And when you lose that, you fade back into existence. You try to up your game and then come back and return the shot.
Well, it's like Eminem and MGK, how Eminem like slaughtered MGK, and then MGK comes back. He's like an emo guy now.
Yeah. He's like,
changed whole genres.
Yeah.
I had to change genres.
But you know what?
I got so bad.
And I'm not the biggest MGK fan, but I'd actually like to think Eminem helped him in a sense.
I think so too.
Because look where he is now.
Yeah.
And you've heard those conspiracies of like, well, actually Eminem likes MGK, and because of that, he's like, putting some spotlight on his name because he believes in him as I'm like,
I don't know.
or he just got rap left and right, you know.
You know what? MGK tried. He failed. And that's okay. You know what? You shoot your shot. You tried. You lost. You went to a new genre. You're with Megan Fox. Your life is much better.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Hey, let's go over. Let's go over my favorite line of MGK's diss track on Eminem. Your beard is weird. You lost. If you say that, the beard's weird, you lost.
Well, maybe
you might as well just stop there and be like, oh, wait.
Well, maybe
I'm not on the same level. Maybe I need.
Maybe just stop.
Maybe he said it in a funny way. He was like, your beard is weird.
No. It wasn't.
Okay. Well,
no. So anyways, sorry, Drake, you lost.
Yes.
But that's okay.
That's
Back it
all
up.
right.
Hey, you're to be fair, you were going up against one of the most prolific MCs of the past generation.
Mhm.
Well,
When you do that and fire those shots, you're gonna get some coming back, and that was probably not smart.
Well, and also there's a lesson too. If you are going to get into a diss track kind of feud, you need an album ready.
Yeah.
You need at least 12 songs ready, because if you have someone as petty as like a Kendrick, he's going to have songs piling. So you got to be able to pile back. And then you got yourself a war.
Right.
And then it's even better for hip hop and for you and him in the grand scheme of
And that's
things.
the other thing that's kind of disappointing about this, is that was good for the genre. Like it, I feel like hip hop out of all of them, I talked about mumble rap last episode, but I feel like it's been so rife with like low effort, shitty music.
Yeah.
Like so bad that when you have two MCs that are well respected in the game, like going skill versus skill, it shows, okay, if you're going to be on this level, you need to be able to do this. And now, because one of them lost, regardless of what was said in the track, and he's like, oh, I'm going to bring a lawyer into it. Like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that was good for the industry when that was going on. It was putting a lot of eyes and ears onto your genre of music. And to do that, it's like kind of bitch made.
Yeah.
It's kind of bitch made.
Well, and also with them, Kendrick and Drake feuding so much, it was actually starting other feuds. And there were other people throwing shots at other people. And that's what you want out of like a hip hop war. You want other people that might maybe not be as big name, but still up there with reputation, throwing shots at one another. Because then you got new music from high end artists bringing stuff out. And you're like, oh, so now it's new music. Kind of got that old school feel of like people taking shots at one another.
Right, which is great.
And that's exactly. And look, I'm not in the hip hop world very much.
You're not, Elliott? I thought you were an MC straight up. I mean, look at the way you're dressed, dude.
I know.
This screams 1988 hip hop right there. Boom.
It's been a while since Gwat Walker's been in the studio.
My name is Elliott, and I'm here to say.
Elliott doesn't rhyme with much. I've tried.
I tried so much, so hard.
Yeah. But no, you need people going back and forth with one another. You need a little venom in your hip hop.
For the tea.
Yeah. Well, not even for the tea, just for like...
You want to raise the bar of skill.
Well, and also it's just like hip hop was like this FU to other people. It was an FU to the music industry. It was an FU to the culture of music in general. So like you need a little animosity, a little venom in it.
I just think that we should always be in a state of raising the bar of quality and skill. And recently, in my opinion, and I think hip hop has gotten hit the worst yeah, some stuff that's put out is catchy, even though it's kind of right. It can be catchy, but I mean, like, to be on that level, we should always be pushing skill. Be better. Be the best you can be. Come up with something amazing. And now with TikTok and all this like internet culture, I feel like the bar of skill is just dropped
Big time.
so low that
Yeah.
that's what I loved about that whole exchange. Is like, yeah, they're gonna try to put their best out, and that's what people should be inspired by, is their best, not some lazy ass like like literally songs that sound like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Like some of the shit my son listens to, I walk in and I'm like, I'm just like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Anyways, with that being said, let's talk about how Dune got
Oh, yeah. You want to talk Oscar snubs?
yeah, what the hell? Okay, Oscar nominations came out. Dune 2, one of the best sci-fi films to release in 20
Let's
years.
not even say
dropped.
sci-fi. Let's say it, because
It's just a great film.
it's an incredible movie.
Incredible movie.
Probably the best movie. Probably not my favorite movie, but probably the best movie of 2024.
Quality-wise, acting-wise, pacing-wise, writing-wise, cinematography.
Oh, my goodness.
Everything about that film was a masterpiece. Now, go ahead and tell me, what's the big nominations that came out for the Oscars 2025?
Well, to be fair, Dune Part 2 did get Best Picture nom.
And nothing else except for cinematography, correct?
Directing, no.
No.
Actor in a leading role, Timothée Chalamet, not
No.
for Dune.
And you know what? Timothée Chalamet crushed a role that was probably so hard to pull off without looking like an asshole.
His monologue alone should have gotten him the
Oh,
Oscar. Yeah.
He's like, your mothers who have warned me or warned you of my coming, when he's speaking Fremen. Jesus Christ. Dude.
Actress in a leading role, Zendaya.
No Zendaya.
That's crazy to me.
That's wild.
Which I don't know if she should win, but she should have been nominated. Dune should have been nominated for everything.
Dune
Essentially.
should have gotten so many nominations.
Actor in a supporting role, no Dune. Actress in a supporting role, no Dune.
The story really about the nominations of the Oscars. Elliott, tell me the movie that got the most nominations.
It's Emilia Perez. It has 13, and that is tied for Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Guess what?
That also had 13.
The Oscars do this sometimes. And I think this is, here, I'm going to put on my conspiracy hat.
It's an industry plant.
Okay. Dude, it means that Denny, the director and the producers of that film, did not play a game that the Academy wanted them to play. Which, if you don't know, in Hollywood, they'll throw like mixers and parties and stuff where you basically promote yourself to be nominated in these circles. They want you to do a lot of self-promotion at these events to get recognition. You submit on behalf of a movie, like the studio will submit their own nominations, like Deadpool and Wolverine was submitted by Marvel.
Yep.
You know, things like that. It tells me that Denny did not do that bullshit, because that movie is a fucking masterpiece. Orky, did you see Dune?
Yes, sir.
Dune 2?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what do you think?
Loved them. They're great.
I think they're great. I think they're fucking works of art. And like, for that to get snubbed, the story isn't about what the nominations are. The story is Dune got
Well,
dude.
not just Dune. There was a list I saw yesterday of just a bunch of great movies that got snubbed for even nominations.
Right.
I had two animated ones that I think got totally snubbed. Transformers 1, for the voice cast alone. The actor who played Megatron was incredible. Nothing. Look Back, the movie that was based off of the Chainsaw Man director's one of his first manga adaptations. Heard it was incredible. Not a glimpse. And then Mad Max Furiosa. Look, I don't need these movies to win,
but
they
like
should be
a nod.
a nod, especially for cinematography for George Miller in that team. They were in the desert for like 9 years trying to make this movie happen.
Yeah, same with Dune.
Do you know how hard it is to film in the desert? And for the shots they had, the one shot takes they had of truck action, of these actors and these stunt doubles flying up in frickin' sails over sand to make these shots happen. It's a load of garbage. It's a load of garbage. Dune should have the 13. And I'll be fair and say, look, I haven't seen a lot of these movies. I'm not gonna see a lot of these movies, but there is no way that a French director talking about a Mexican cartel filmed in France should have 13 noms over Dune 2.
There's only one French director that I'm concerned for. And that's Denis Villeneuve. That's the guy.
What's his name?
Denis Villeneuve.
Oh,
Denis
okay.
Villeneuve.
Yeah. It's Denis Villeneuve.
Villeneuve.
It's Villeneuve.
Allez-vous français.
Now look, I may be gargling on marbles when I try to say Denny's name, so I just call him Denny.
The Denster.
He is one of the most prolific and best directors working now.
He doesn't have one bad movie.
He doesn't have a single bad movie. He's batting 1,000 on all of his films.
Yeah.
For him to get screwed out of a best director nod for even just a recognition, it was a masterpiece of a film. And for that to happen, the Oscar Academy is smelling their own farts like this. They're putting him in martini glass and they're going, They are pieces of
I hated that analogy.
Listen, they love the smell of their own farts, Jess. That's just what it is. They're tooting in the jugs and they're huffing them.
Oh,
all right. They're
okay.
like, oh,
Yeah.
we're so artsy. This is such a good movie. 13 nominated. No, it's not. It's not.
I will say though, it was a good year for horror because a horror movie actually got nominated for Best Picture, The Substance, which I heard is incredible and scary or gross. I don't know. But horror movies getting Best Picture nods, that's kind of cool.
Horror movies on the rise. Now, speaking of horror, if you saw some of the videos that was going around on TikTok during the supposed ban, talked about it last episode, people were losing their ever-loving fucking minds.
Yes.
They were going insane. And I'm talking like levels of hysteria that like rational people do not do.
Well,
okay?
I was shook by the influencers that were like admitting all the things that they've been lying about.
That's
Did
funny.
you see that? It
No,
was like-
I didn't.
Like one girl, she's a gym influencer and she's like, yeah, I have a BBL.
Oh.
And I didn't, this before and after was not from working out. It was from before BBL, after BBL.
It'd be funny if everyone's like, yeah, we know, it's all right.
Well, some of the comments were like, oh, wow, not shocked, like
Not
things
shocked
like
at
that.
all.
But
Yeah.
like, there was one girl, she does like home organization and stuff. And one of her biggest videos was she was making ice, but like with different things, like certain cocktail ice
Right,
and
yeah.
like flavored and stuff like that. And it was like hella trays of ice.
Yeah.
And she made a video saying, I do not use the ice. And they're like, well, what are you doing with all that then?
Boo.
Like,
Boo, boo them. Boo.
And I'm like, you guys, you had to have known that it wasn't going to be like, I knew TikTok was going to come back. I just knew.
Everyone knew.
we all
And
knew.
Rational
Yeah.
people knew.
Yeah.
We knew that Papa Don was going to come and save it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of saved. It's on a stay
It's
as of right now. It's a
it's
90-day stay
it's
to
good
figure
for
out what's going to
now,
happen.
yeah.
But, TikTok's back. I just found it funny. The visceral, insane reactions of some of these people screaming at the top of their lungs, your government does not care about you or my freedom of speech. I'm like, bro,
Well, I kind
this
of
is
agree.
over TikTok. You're mad about just because of TikTok?
Yeah.
Like, this is your reaction to fucking TikTok?
Yeah.
How about the shit that's going on in real life, right? The shit that's legitimately happening in front of you outside of the digital world on your fucking telephone with your dance along videos. Look at what's really happening out here. That's what you should get pissed about.
Mhm.
How we're getting fucking our money just drained from us from politicians that are buying and selling us on behalf of corporations. That should piss you off. Not the fucking TikTok ban because you can't get your fucking daily dose of bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like insane. Like some of these people, their meltdowns were so crazy.
They were crashing out pretty bad.
I was like, oh, so TikTok's back. Yay.
Yeah.
I can give two shits less.
I was excited.
Yeah, I was pretty pumped.
Yeah.
I knew, but that being said, if you remember, I said we're gonna get it back in like 2 days. We got it back in 2 days. So I was right.
Yep.
You were
Which
right.
I'm a truth seeker.
Oh God.
You sure
Anyways,
are.
stay here. Coming up next, we got some open breaks. We got a big story. Big story about Jess and D&D. Oh, I can't wait. I'm just gonna eat this up. It's like morsels of greatness. Jess's first D&D experience and what it led to. And we got a lot of stuff that we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna hear from our sponsor and then come right back. We would like to thank Horn Photo, the official equipment sponsor of the Do Over podcast. Those guys have been around for almost 100 years. That's legit. They're right there in the Villaggio, and all through the month of February, they are offering 20% off photo restoration services as well as photo archiving services. It's not only cameras and stuff over there. They have frames, they have printing services, they have everything you need. It's the one-stop shop for all of your photography needs. Horn Photo, making memories last since 1937. Big shout out to Horn Photo for being the official equipment sponsor of the Do Over podcast. Link below in the bio is a link to their website. You should go and check them out. They've been making memories last since 1937. And thanks for doing this.
Yeah, I just thought it was necessary.
When I was giving our equipment sponsor a shout out. Yeah, this is pretty smart.
Ew.
You know what is smart though? Is going down to Horn Photo for all your camera needs or photo needs.
Yeah, you know, it's cool. They got a bunch of photography stuff, cameras, all that stuff. But a lot of people don't know they restore old photos. They're doing 20% off of restoration services and photo archiving. So if you just want to make those memories last, you know where to go. Horn Photo in the Villaggio. Now, Jess.
Okay, apologize for being mean.
I'm
you
sorry.
signed a contract saying you weren't going to be mean.
I'm sorry. You're a sweetie little boo baby bug. It's the best.
Didn't
But-
sound like you meant that.
I didn't think so either.
But
Thank you.
you got tips from Orky and Elliott about how to properly operate
And I did it.
in D&D.
And I did it.
Hold on. We're going to get into this, but also Dungeons and Do-Overs. Around the end of February, live from Dragon's Horde, we're going to be doing a campaign. And the cool thing about this is that we will do it in a way that gives Jess a lot of stuff to do. Because if Jess doesn't have a lot of stuff to do, she starts talking on everyone. So let's get into it.
Okay.
Let's go all the way back.
Okay.
All the way back, Jess.
Okay.
Till last week.
Yeah, till last week.
To 7 days ago.
Yeah.
You were going to play some D&D.
Mm-hmm.
And you were giving us some updates.
Yeah.
Tell me the whole story.
Okay.
Be very detail oriented.
Okay. So I want to preface this with I'm really not meaning to sound like a bitch. Okay. I genuinely mean that because I had no idea what I was walking into. Okay. It's my brother and like 5 of his friends.
Okay.
And
On a great table, mind you.
yeah, and me and Silky's, and it's at my brother's house in his man cave. Okay. And there's like,
Sounds great.
yeah, mind you, the week before, one of the guys that's in his friend group, I grew up with him. I've known him since I was baby. And he and I were talking and I was like, so is there like drinking involved? Like, is there shots? And he's like, well, it's kind of like a long day. So you can, but you'll probably pass out, so I'd be careful, whatever.
It's about a 5-hour investment.
I didn't know that. I did not
He just told you that.
Well, I didn't know that.
He told you it was a whole day thing.
I didn't know that until he told me.
What, had you already been drinking until after he said that? Well,
no.
I've had 8 shots.
Okay. So I'm like,
sorry, I'm already blacked out.
I'm like, oh dear God. Okay, fine. So we go. And I love my brother very much. I've never seen him like this before.
Like in the D&D.
He is the
He's the
dungeon master.
Okay.
I can
all right.
just hear the judgment coming from Jess right now.
so he's like, I think we should all go in a circle, introduce ourselves, and say like what our characters are and like the backstory.
So
and,
this is a new campaign.
yes,
brand new.
Brand new.
And so he's like, I am the dungeon master, blah 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 blah. Right. So then like one of his friends goes and he does the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice, and he's like,
I'm a barbarian warrior.
Yes, and I'm like, oh my God, and he like meant it. Like he was.
Oh
like,
yeah.
This is me. And so he introduces himself.
Time out. Elliott, take this over.
Can we rewind where I said, embrace what you're doing?
Yes.
Because that's exactly what I told you to do.
And
Embrace
I did. You guys need to let me get there.
On timeout.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
So I'm like, oh, this is something serious. And so he finishes and my brother's like, yes, indeed. Thank you for introducing. And so I'm like, oh.
You're all, this is what it is.
Literally, I was like, oh, okay. All of his friends go. They do various voices. Silks leans over to me and he's like, I didn't think of a backstory. And I'm like, well, you better figure one out now. And he's like, all right.
He's like, I went to school for a long time at university.
Can I also?
And I became not a lawyer, a mage. Yes, that's it.
Time out one more time because I'm guessing you got like a character sheet that you guys had to fill out.
Oh, the app.
Okay, right.
Which my brother did for me, mind you.
Okay.
So I didn't really know what I was.
But there's this thing on every character sheet that says background, which is your backstory that you fill out.
Nobody told me this. Well, my brother filled it out for me.
We literally told you on
okay, you guys don't let me finish. Can you let me finish?
On timeout.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. My God.
And that was also meant for like Chris too, because Chris should have known.
He should have known.
He should have known.
He's also played before. So I'm like, okay. So it gets to me and I'm like, oh, okay. Here's my backstory. I am a siren. And I hate men. I lure them in to drown. My weapons are scissors. I cut their dicks off, and that's what's up. So his friends are like, And my brother's like laughing. So I'm like, oh, he thinks it's funny. Yay! So
I did it. I'm accepted.
Yes. And then like we did one mission where we were on a pirate ship and we were defeating these like ugly seagulls that had like eaten acid. And it was like this whole thing. The pirate's name was Chunky. There was a whole story.
Yar, I'd be chopping his ween.
Yes. And my character
no more Gene Ween from him.
You got the scurvy ween.
Well, my character shot like a bunch of seagulls. So I'm like, I'm killing it right now. Like I'm killing the game. So after that, nothing. Okay. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, oh.
So no one's giving you any more praises or?
Well, there's just nothing's happening. It's like, okay, now where would you guys like to go? And they're like, well, we'd like to go to the church and talk to this person. And my brother's like, yes, indubitably, we will do that. And I'm like, what are we talking about? Like,
that's why you pay attention. You write down notes.
So Chris was writing down notes. So I'm watching him try. I swear to God, I was trying my best. I have learned my ADHD, I think, is worse than I thought it was because I'm like, I'm not stimulated. I'm bored. So I'm like texting my niece. I'm like, hey, you want to bring me like some food or something? She's like, okay, period. So she's like, I have like a little waitress coming in and bringing me snacks. And I'm like, where's the alky? And my brother has a fridge in his little man cave, but he drinks like whiskey, and I'm disgusting.
Yes, here's a whiskey, like a distinguished gentleman.
So I'm like, I'm not drinking that, and he's like, well, there's tequila in the fridge, like inside. So I go inside, I get the tequila, and I'm like, okay, I'm drinking this.
You're all here.
Literally.
Just 2 shots of tequila.
Yeah.
When you hear that glug when you're pouring the alcohol, the glug, 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 yeah, we're going for it.
So the first thing I drink, he in fact makes it for me, is a tequila sunrise.
Ooh,
so I'm like,
delightful.
okay, period. So it was really good. And then I'm like, okay, who's taking a shot with me? Well, all of his friends happen to be on a diet right now, and they're all like, well, we're on.
There's like no calories in tequila.
Well, they're doing like 75 hard, so it's like no drinking, whatever. So I'm like, okay.
Damn, this is going to be a hot-ass D&D team.
I guess.
In this campaign, they're all going to look like the heroes.
So I'm like, Silks, you're taking a shot with me? And he's like, okay. So we take a shot, and the shot was kind of big, and I had a tequila sunrise. So I'm feeling pretty good.
Right.
I'm having fun.
Yeah. Now it's time for D&D.
Yeah, I'm all, let's go. And then I sit here and I'm like, but he's not doing anything either. And I'm kind of going off of like his lead, So I'm like, okay. So all the guys are like, okay, now it's rest time. One of them goes to Chipotle. They leave. And I'm like, so I'm asking one of the guys, I'm like, is this, and I meant this as a genuine question.
Right.
Is this the game? Like, is this how slow it is? Like,
right.
I've never played it before. I'm genuinely curious. And he goes, yeah. He goes, it's a lot of like, hurry and wait. He's like, there's a lot of waiting. If you don't like it, this is the game. And I'm like, oh, I don't like it.
But a lot of like,
didn't you say that one person got kind of like,
Yeah, it was him.
Yeah.
I could tell he was kind of like, yeah, like this is the game. Like,
You don't like it.
Well, and I wasn't trying. I genuinely was not trying to be mean. I didn't know.
Right.
I thought that I was under the impression that we were going to be like sword fighting or like something exciting.
Right.
No, so the combat gets there, but a lot of like what your brother has to do is set you up on that direction. So he needs to first create like a whole world, a whole adventure,
Yeah.
and then figure out how to not necessarily plan, but you guys will be like, oh, we're going to go to the church. Well, maybe he doesn't want you to go to the church yet. Maybe you're supposed to be doing other stuff. So he's going to try to blockade you. And it's how you guys
Like things happen in between you getting to the church. Like things will distract you from your path.
and also like what you can do as a player, like you can plan, like if you're hearing two people talk about what they want to do, you can plan something on your own and go on your own subplot.
Well, I decided to.
Okay.
I wanted to chop.
Nappy time.
I wanted to chop someone's dick off.
Mhm.
I'm all, where's the dick? I'ma chop it.
I'm gonna chop that dick.
Yeah, like there was like a bartender that was like apparently a really nice guy, but I was like, I'm gonna chop that dick off. How do I do it? And my brother's like, I guess you can like seduce him so he takes his pants off. So I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, like I want to do that. He's all, well, I don't want to have this conversation with you personally.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I don't want to have it with you either, but give me some.
Yeah,
I need
this
something.
is the game.
I need something. So basically, I think I'm not meant for it, but I was planning on continuing.
Right.
And I was like thinking, after I had a shot, I'm like, I'm having a great
Right.
time.
Mhm.
Like, okay, here we go. I've got my local fish. I got my tequila. I'm good. So we end up leaving probably like 4 hours later.
Right.
Yeah,
And-
about normal.
Well, they
About 4.
continued for another 5.
Without
So
you.
they played about
Yes.
a 9 hour. Wow.
They went from I
That's a
think
lot.
they went from noon to they went from 1 to 9, so 8 hours. And
That's a long game.
I'm like, thank God we left because
Right.
like I can't handle that. Like I need stimuli. And so a couple days later was one of my niece's birthdays and I go over there and I'm like, okay, they're meeting every 2 weeks. I'm like, okay, so not, next weekend, but the weekend after. And he goes, you're not coming. And I was like, wait, what? He goes, yeah, no, I killed your character off. You're not coming.
Oh, dude.
And I was like, what? And he's like, Silks, you are more than welcome to come. You are not invited. And he's like being a dick.
What, your brother?
Yes.
Stern about it, huh?
And so I was like, why? I go, this is actually something that I like need to do for content, actually. This
Right.
benefits my podcast. Like, what? And he's like, this is really not going how I thought it was. I thought you were going to be like relieved. I'm like, no, mind you, I do not like rejection. Do not reject
Right.
me.
Yeah.
I have a whole complex about it. My ego gets bruised. We get fired. My ego is bruised. I'm not the dumper. I'm the dumpy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
excuse me. That's my job. I dump
literally,
you. D&D squad.
literally, I was
You
like,
bunch of dorks.
Now I'm gonna have an even better D&D game without
dude,
you.
I was mad. I was literally mad. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, you know what? Sorry for having a personality, unlike all of y'all. And he was like, well, that was mean.
Okay, we don't need to be personally rude.
But he was saying things like, I don't know. I personally wouldn't go into a game and immediately want to chop everyone's dicks off. I'm like, yeah, that's not you. That's me, though.
That's not your back. That's not your backstory.
I'm like, you told me I could do whatever I wanted. And he did. He literally was like, whatever you want, any story you want, however you want to go about it, you can do whatever you want. Okay, I'm a man hater and I want to chop the dick off. That's
Yeah.
very me. Is that
Right.
not me?
Yeah, it's kind of you.
Everyone that knows
Kinda.
me knows I'm like, yeah, I want to spice things up a little bit.
Okay, let me ask you though.
Yeah.
This character, Jessa PP Cutter. I don't know. I
Mhm.
forgot her name
Nick
already.
Sierra.
Nick Sear, the
Rest
PP
in
cutter.
peace.
Yeah, right.
Right. R.I.P.
Did you ever consider like, okay, maybe she starts as like this ruthless kind of like man hater, but does she ever grow to like accept men? Does she ever
I
grow?
never got that far.
she couldn't flesh it out. See, the whole arc of the character is to be a man hater, but then like change her like.
But was that ever your plan, or were you just going to be like for the whole campaign? No, PP cut.
I don't know. I didn't get to really think about it because I got canned.
Question:
Yeah.
have you considered going back and being like, look, I'll try harder this next time.
Oh, no.
Let me back in.
Nope.
You're not even going to try to get back in?
Because he and I are fighting now. I'm mad. He doesn't know we're fighting, but like
he doesn't know.
No, but
such a sister thing.
I'm literally mad. I'm still mad. I literally like we get in the car and Chris is like he like puts his hand on my leg. He's like, "Are you okay?"
So wait. He did this as you were leaving?
No, he did it like early in the night. So the whole night I'm seething. I'm so mad. My mom's like, "Baby, it's her birthday. You know, it's not about you." And I'm like,
he made it about me.
I'm like, that's about me, actually. He totally just dumped me out of his campaign when I thought I was having a good time. But here's the thing. And this is going to sound so bad. As the family comedian, I've understood.
As the hot and funny one.
I understand I'm not everybody's cup of tea.
Right.
My family, love y'all. They don't like me.
What? The family doesn't like you?
Nobody takes you seriously.
When I say this, I'm not talking about my dad. My dad thinks I'm like precious angel baby cakes.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah. My mom and my brother, my whole life,
They seem pretty chill.
they're great. I love them. But they don't like my personality. I don't know how else to say it. Like they think that I'm like because I'm the one that's like crude. I'll talk about porn. I'll talk about what, and it doesn't offend me. I'm not easily offended by.
Neither am I.
You just have to be dumped from a D&D group.
And yes,
I get before you continue. I get a similar thing because I'm very loose with my language. So I'll say or whatever, you know, around my family, not particularly around the girls. I'll slip up around the girls, but I try not to cuss in front of them. But like my mom, my dad, and I get offended as a 40-year-old man if my mom's like, watch your language.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I've existed 40 years on this planet. I've earned the right to say when I want to. And like, I get pissed at that because I'm also not easily offended. Like I can talk about a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But like when you correct my behavior or my manner of speech, it really irks me.
Me too.
Like under my skin immediately kind of irks me.
That's just a parent thing. I mean, I don't know.
But I'm not a child.
No,
I'm a 40-year-old man with a family.
But you're still her son. It doesn't matter if you're a child.
I do think that they never change, right? Like it's like, well, you're still my baby type of thing, and you shouldn't talk like that. You know, I didn't raise you that way. And it's funny because I always say I had two dads because my brother very much has always been strict on me. He's been stricter on me than my actual dad has been. And so if I'm talking about like, you know, chopping a dick off, to him, it's like, you're my little sister. You should not be speaking that way.
Right.
And he has always been angel baby. He's a high school teacher. He married the sweetest lady of all time. They have 3 beautiful kids. Like he only has 1 tattoo on his ring finger. Like everything is so like I went the opposite way. And so he is very much, I don't want to say favored.
He just did things right.
He did
found himself a wife, got himself some kids.
Yeah,
played some D&D. He's a good guy.
He never really did anything wrong. And so like he and my mom are very much like hard on me.
Right.
And so like when these things happen, it's almost like I think in a weird, I hate saying this word, but almost like a trigger. Because I'm like, oh, here we go again. Like you're embarrassed. All right.
Do you feel like you get dogpiled on?
Yes.
So
Man, that sucks.
Yes.
My family's awesome. I'm like the favorite.
So you get offended feeling like he's rejecting what your personality is.
Yes.
But, and I'm going to say just for being devil's advocate here.
Go ahead.
Have you considered that maybe the way you approached it could have been slightly too aggressive to where everyone, like you could have eased into the dick chopping off,
you know,
and then maybe had an arc in which you started to appreciate men later on down the road.
Funny is if you didn't tell them that was what your character was into, and then first mission you're fighting this pirate. He's like, "Gar, you'll never best me," and as he's like wobbly about to die, you're like, and then I cut his dick off, and that's with her.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, what it is.
And that's with her.
Well, I think
that would have been like, whoa, she came to play.
Well, what's funny is, my brother even was like, yeah, one of the guys after I left was like, wait, that's previous show. That's Jess? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, that hasn't happened to me yet before. Like, yeah, that's my sister, like blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And I guess like he thought that was pretty cool. And I'm like, see, I'm cool as
Yeah,
like,
I'm cool as hell.
And the reason I was able to do these jobs is because I'm funny and I have these personalities. Well, and his friends all thought I was so funny, except for him, I think.
So he's the one that, so did he not take a vote?
I don't know. He might have, but
You
I don't
don't
know
know?
about it. I don't know.
Well, he might have also thought like, you know, guys, I don't know. What was your vibe? I mean, maybe she's new to this, so I don't know if she was super into it. What do you think? He might have done something like that. And
Give me your
like,
brother's number.
And then like realizing it was going to hurt your feelings as much as it did.
Give me your
Probably
brother's
just
phone number.
She's probably not going to follow through with it.
Yeah. Can I just say it? Can we just bleep it out?
Yeah, we can believe
Okay.
it. Okay, I'm going to call him. I
Okay.
want you to raise the phone call.
Okay.
All right, hold on here. I'm going to disconnect this real quick. Well, off air, we just got denied the phone call to Jess's brother. But I really do want to hear his side of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because your perception is one thing, but maybe how it was interpreted, and maybe you got a little bit too hammied, because when you get kind of aggressive when you drink.
Oh, I was
A little
having
bit.
Well, I was asking Chris, I'm like, was I like obnoxious? He's like, no. And he would tell me.
Right.
He would tell me, but he told me that he talked to my brother like a little bit on the side, and he was like, he did not, like, he was like kind of siding with him. He's like, he didn't do this to offend you. He literally thought that this was like a relief for you.
Oh,
like,
really?
He was, because I, got bored.
I think you need to get back in.
I think you got.
I want you.
I think
back
they need
in.
you back.
I just have no interest anymore, to be honest, because I'm stubborn like that, and you only get one shot with me. Any man knows this about me. You only get one shot.
Well, we are going to do our own D&D campaign, and we'll let you revive Nick
I don't know if
Syria.
I want to.
Oh, you are. You're going to do it. And don't worry.
Make somebody new. Make somebody brand new.
Our campaign will be, it's only the four of us that are going to be playing, and we'll have D and Mike there. We'll make sure it's very stimulating the whole time.
As long as it's stimulating.
You can cut off as many dicks as you want.
Okay.
You can just be cock chopper Jess. You just out there.
Like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. Don't worry. Now, quick funny story about that. When it happened, she called me. And she's
Mhm.
like, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I just got booted. And I'm like, all right. So we're talking as we're walking into Save Mart. Okay. This guy walks up to me. I don't know who it is, so I apologize about that. But he's like, Drew Show Drew? I was like, yeah. And like, I'm on the phone with Jess, and he's like, hey, you did. Yeah. And I was like, yeah. 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 And then he's
And everybody at Save Mark clear.
yeah. I was like, yeah. And I'm like, are you watching pod? He's like, just start watching right now. I was like, yeah. Shout out Save Mart guy. All right. Now, really quickly, before we continue, you had to go to Save Mart.
Yeah, I went after our show last week
Yeah.
because it's close to my house, and like I don't like doing, like I don't want to drive. I'm just a baby, you know?
Baby girl.
So I went and I got like some things. I filled 2 bags. I just want y'all to guess the exact price.
What?
$163.
No, way higher.
Damn.
300?
And
Damn.
Oh my God.
$22. $322.
Would you
What?
buy Save Mart? What
That's
the hell's
no- I
going
don't-
on?
I don't
No.
know.
It's Save Mart. She bought like normal groceries for
Yeah.
a week.
Like eggs. I got milk. I got
Eggs.
oat milk. I got, some snacks.
That's where they get you, the snacks.
Apparently, I was so pissed when I was leaving. I'm like, what did I buy?
Yeah, like, no, that's what happens at Save Mart. You go
Yeah.
in there, you get 4 things, and it's $58. And you're like, what?
I was shook. I was shocked. So we'll not be going back for a while.
Well, here, I got some for you. This is just like some hot advice that everyone should really take into consideration. Don't bring your whole family to the DMV.
Yeah.
Please don't.
That's
Please
a
don't.
fair thing to say.
I don't even care what the thing is. Okay. My son needs his ID. He's going to start driver's training next month.
Okay.
Right.
Nice.
Because I refuse to just cut him loose. He's 18. He can technically just get a driver's license, but he hasn't really driven a lot. Training him on the Tesla when he's with me, it's probably not, it drives different. So
Right.
it's not a good thing to learn on. So he's been practicing with his mom, but he needs to go through proper driver's ed. That's how I know how to use a 4-way stop when all these motherfuckers out here don't. God damn it. You yield to the people going straight. I don't know how many times I need to say this.
The DMV.
The DMV.
The DMV.
The DMV.
Let's circle back.
So I get there. The DMV hack used to be you set an appointment.
Mm-hmm.
There's an express line. You go in. They'll get you immediately to where you need to go because you made an appointment. It's always worked for me.
Oh, I
That's
did
never
I
worked
did
for
that,
me.
and it was still like a 2.5 hour endeavor
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
So
I guess that's the express lane.
So we get in there and I have set up this appointment. We waited for it for 3 weeks. Now, they try to streamline the process now, and I understand they're dealing with a lot of people, a lot of paperwork. They want to make sure things are done correctly so you can get in and out as fast as possible, right? So there's an application process. We went through all of it. They're like, we need to verify his address with bills, like utility bills. Well, my son is 18 years old, high school student. He does not have bills in his name. I have a report card with his address on it, but those are not official forms.
He doesn't have like a Kaiser number or something. Sometimes that works, right?
Something like that. Like, you know, but it did, that wasn't one of the things that you could use. They said specifically bills or utility bills.
Right.
And so I take him in, I get to that part and I'm like, okay, well, I don't have anything, but I'll bring in his birth certificate. I'll bring in his social security card. I'm his legal parent. So, and I'm clearly on there. So maybe this will be fine. So as we get in the express lane, it's taking fucking forever, dude. And it's like every person is bare minimum 10 to 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 lines, both going out the door in front of me. And I do this thing where I try to not judge people.
Yeah.
I actively try not to do it. And I know that we've done a lot of judging on our shows, on our podcasts. I get it. But I actively try to be like, okay, well, understand from their point of view. What's it like? This is a check that I think if most people did, this world would be better. Check yourself sometimes. Like you see someone doing something that you don't like. Well, put yourself, give the scenarios as to why they would be doing that or why they're feeling this way or why they're acting this way, just to give a little bit of perspective. People should understand each other.
Mm-hmm.
There's no fucking reason why you need 8 people in your family in line at the DMV for one fucking person. There is none. Able-bodied person. And they're all just sitting there yucking it up, congesting the line, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, I'm losing my because it's taking forever. And it's just the amount of bodies that are in line that's pushing the line out of the door. And it's confusing everyone about who's in line and who's not in line. And because of that, the whole line's getting jumbled. And all I want to do is get in, take his picture, and get the out, right?
What was like the family? Was it like young kids? Was it
was
just like a bunch of buddies?
It was like a 19-year-old-ish person and like mom, dad, cousin, brother, like the whole family. Now, culturally speaking, which I'm not going to get into, maybe that's normal. Okay. Culturally speaking, maybe these people are tight-knit and it's a big celebration. I get it.
Maybe he's about to get his license, you know?
But look, wait outside of the line.
Yeah.
Get one parent that needs to be there with this partner and get the out of the line. So anyways, I'm waiting. It's like an hour has gone by. As this is happening, I'm explaining to Josh. Josh, look, this is a lesson you're going to learn right now. The DMV's God. The DMV makes the rules. There's no schmooze in the DMV. There's no cheating at the DMV. You're if they say you're the DMV has the final word. Okay. Understand this fact, son. This is your life now that you're going to be an adult. So finally, I get to the front and someone at the DMV had the brilliant thought of telling those people to clean up the thing, going over what we need. They're talking to the family in front of me and they're missing something. And I can see them trying to negotiate with them to get. And they're like, nah. And I'm like, low key, I'm like, oh, you're right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't want to be like that, but I was like, you guys. So finally we get to the front and I'm like, look, he's 18. He doesn't have utility bills in his name. I'm his father. Here's his birth certificate, his social security card. She's like, well, do you have utility bills in your name? I'm like, no. I'm like, did I need them? She's like, well, we need to verify his address. I'm like, well, he lives primarily with his mother.
Yeah.
Does she have utility bills? Nowhere anywhere did it say that I needed to bring in utility bills. And I was like, okay, no. I'm sure this is not the first time this has popped up for the DMV, that an 18-year-old high school student or a student in general is getting something. You would think somewhere on that application to be like, are you a parent or legal guardian? do you have utility bills?
Right.
Nothing is there. And I'm like, I waited 3.5 weeks for this appointment that I've waited an hour and a half for, and I don't have my fucking PG&E bills. So what am I going to do? She's like, yeah, you're just going to have to go back and reapply.
That's what they do it for. That's the love of the game for them.
Yeah.
To
And I'm
see
like,
the hope be drained out of someone's eyes.
And I'm sure-
that's their drug.
I'm sure the woman behind me is like, yeah, that guy. Yeah, this guy. Yeah. Oh, and then it's just a line of disappointment. Just everyone just bowing their head in shame and leaving the DMV. So here's the thing, man. If you want to keep it cool at the DMV, don't bring a whole family.
Well, bring those utility bills. I think that's the lesson here.
apparently.
Or
Yeah.
at least just say, if you need that, say that you need that.
But
No
then-
one said that they needed it.
But then they can't tell you don't have the right forms, Drew. That's why they do it, man. That's why
Yeah.
you sign up for the DMV. You like to see hope be drained.
Yeah, I suppose. You know, I was just thinking,
Hmm.
and this just dawned on me, you know how you have those experiences, you're doing something, and then all of a sudden, maybe a vital error that you made at the beginning of the podcast, calling your wife period pants over and over again.
I'm
Mm.
sure it'll be fine.
Do you think she's going to get mad at me for calling her period pants? Because she's pretty period pants.
Okay.
If Chris
Well,
called you period
well, I
pants, would
hear-
you be mad?
I
I'd be
think-
livid.
I think saying it more and more will help, honestly.
I would be
if
so mad.
you gave him some attitude and he's like, whoa, and like goes like this, like, period pants, shut up.
Okay, well, part of me would be like, dang. And then the other part of me would be really, really mad.
See, that's a benefit that he has no idea. That if he goes daddy on you, you're going to be, okay, daddy.
I love it.
See, I wish I had that. I'd be like, Sarah, shut your big titties up. Okay? Sarah, shut up. Shut them period pants titties up. And
Yeah.
then she'd be like, yeah, daddy. I'd be like, yeah,
I'm
I'm
sure.
living the dream. I'm living the fucking dream. But no, I'm deathly afraid now of all the decisions I made at the
Well,
beginning of this pod.
If he said it like jokingly, but like I knew he didn't mean it, I'd probably think it was kind of hot that he was putting me in my place. But if he was like, no, for real, like you're being a bitch, period pants, I'd be
Right.
like,
I don't talk to my wife like that, ever.
no,
Never.
I know. But, you know, calling her period pants multiple times might not work out in your favor.
Maybe. But it was more of a joke.
Mm.
Okay, it was just a joke.
Mhm.
Now, anyways, Elliott,
Yes. What's up, man?
you added something to our notes that I'm interested in.
Oh, yeah.
Hard nicknames gone wrong. He's still laughing about this.
Oh my God. I was up till like 1 o'clock. I literally had to get up and get a towel to wipe the tears off my face. I was laughing so hard. There's this new thing going on. I don't know if it's new. I don't know if it's maybe I'm just late to the game.
I saw it a few weeks ago.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah. You're so late, old man.
But,
did you see it on Instagram Reels?
Ugh,
Yeah, that's
never.
like recycled TikToks,
Yeah,
okay?
it is though. Let's be real. Anyways, but it was like these kids essentially, and they're like, give me a good username, give me a hard nickname. You know,
Mhm.
my name's like this one. My name's Justin. I'm gonna go over some of them for you if you don't mind.
Oh, I don't mind at all. By
gonna do
all
it.
means.
Justin to guys. They nuttin' in Justin. Justin be bustin'. Was Justin a minor? Justin side boys.
What? What?
These are all one word because they're usernames.
Okay,
right?
okay, but
Hang
repeat
on.
the last one. You're cracking
Justin
up.
side boys.
Okay, hang on. I got another one. Give me a hard username. My name's Mo.
Oh, I know where that's going.
The first one. Mo Lester. Need Mo Dick. Moaning for dick.
Moaning for
Can you jiggle it a little, Mo?
Come on.
Give me a hard username. My name Cole. Slender, goofy white kid.
Yeah.
Touched by my uncle.
Touched by my uncle.
That's the wrong hole, Cole. Baby, it's cold outside.
Oh.
Coleslaw, love it raw. Testicle. Cole media.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Frank, pronounce Cole. Colon cancer. Oh my god! I went down this rabbit hole.
Okay, I think. Don't we need to do it then? Is that like? Don't we need to do it?
I think so.
All right, hold on. Let's do.
Okay.
We'll put this on TikTok in the ground.
Okay.
Okay. How do they present? Just
So
like,
it's just a photo of them. It's just
Okay.
a photo of them and say, "Give me a hard
All right,
username.
hold on.
My name blank."
Okay. So we're on video, so we're gonna do it. Okay, we'll go around. Okay. My name is Drew. I'm 40 years old. I have 3 kids. I love my wife very much. She bosses me
See,
around all
you're
the time.
already
You're
Hold on.
doing too much.
Oh, wait. I'm trying to explain. You don't. All right, fine.
No.
My
It's
name is
just-
Drew. Okay, my name is Drew. Give me a nickname.
There you go.
Period.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, your turn.
Give me a hard username. My name's Elliott. Done.
Okay. Give me a hard username.
Or nickname.
Give me a hard nickname. I'm Jess.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna throw this up on the socials and see what
Yeah.
people come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was tearing up a little bit there. So
Oh my god.
Testicle really got me.
I couldn't find it, but there was one where it was like this Asian kid and his name was Chen. Oh, bless the internet.
Oh.
Some of those were just brutally funny.
just too good.
Oh my god. I mean, Instagram Reels could never.
Yeah.
Instagram Reels could never.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But like I had like a coughing fit. I was laughing so
Oh
hard.
yeah, no, I was
like when
I was laughing pretty
the
good.
Cole
right there.
one. Touched by my uncle.
Yeah, touched by my uncle is probably the best one.
It's so everybody's so creative.
Yeah. So I also want to talk about this, Jess.
Yeah.
We talked about hentai.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm still laughing about the uncle thing.
Okay. So we talked about hentai
Yeah.
last episode,
Mhm.
and you said you showed a client hentai. What the fuck were you doing?
So she
Getting
was,
some culture in that hair
So,
salon.
yeah.
That's what they were doing.
so she was like,
Watching Peak Fiction.
well, she
Yeah.
was like, I saw your guys' like little like blip, right?
Yeah.
She's like, what is hentai? And I'm like trying to explain it to her, but it's not coming off the way I want it to. So I said, do I have your permission to go on Pornhub right now?
Permission to hub.
and
Permission
look up
granted.
hentai. And
Right.
she's like, totally. This is the thing. My clients, they just like me for real.
Yeah.
They don't care, you know? And so
I
I'm
kind of
like,
know what they're getting with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so I'm like, okay, cool. So I click on I clicked on the second one that popped up because the first one was like teenage girl. I'm like, oh, next. Okay.
Yeah.
This one, I don't remember the title, but it was this girl and she's in a classroom. You guys are familiar?
I'm like, oh yes, I've seen many
Yes.
Peak Fiction
Yes.
videos that start like that.
Yes.
Yes.
She's in a classroom, and I'm sorry, the English subtitles are so sick and twisted. I can't believe this is even a thing.
They need you to know. They need you to understand it.
Yeah.
You need to know the subplot.
Yeah. So she's in a classroom, and I'm like, we didn't watch the whole thing, but the storyline was she was, in the classroom, and she's in college, and she thinks her professor's really hot.
Sensei-san.
Yeah, pretty much. But then
Yamato Sensei.
no, okay, literally, and I really, when I imitate this, I promise you, I'm not trying to be offensive. This is what it sounded like to me. Yeah. That's what it sounded like to me.
But like with all the sounds, so like the.
Yes. Oh my God. There was one image. I don't know if I'm allowed to explain.
I wouldn't.
Oh, I won't. And the things that she was saying, and my client. Yes. Yes. Oh my God. What did you just look up? Are you on the hub in front of us?
No, it's just
It's a sounder.
It's a
Oh, okay.
sounder
Yeah.
that people will
Okay.
use. Yeah.
Yes, that's what
Probably from porn.
that's what it sounded like. And my client is in tears laughing. She is laughing so hard. She's like, wait.
She understands the peak.
She's like, wait, people watch this? And I'm like, ask your man. Ask your man right now. So she calls him and she's like, babe, have you ever watched hentai? And he's like, why are you asking me this?
Yeah, what a random
Yeah.
question.
Way to deflect.
Yeah. And she's like, so you have? And he's like, I think everybody has, right? And she's like, oh my God, we're going to talk about this when we get home.
What
Like,
happened to we listen but we don't judge?
Yeah. We listen
Listen,
and
but
we
we
don't
don't
judge.
Well, have I told you guys about the guy that I kind of was seeing, but he only liked Asian girls?
No.
What? Okay, little sidebar really quick. I was talking to this guy for like not very long because I don't fit his type. And so
You don't
He's like, you're-
yamate to his
Yeah.
kudasai?
You're not Asian.
I'm not Asian.
That's probably the biggest mark against you.
Yes.
Got it.
But he was really cute and I was really excited about him. And he was the first guy that I was like talking to that had like a full arm sleeve. And I'm all, okay, like cute. You know, this is when I was like in my peak emo
Was it like
days.
was it like a dragon tattoo?
I don't remember now, probably.
Okay.
And when he and I were talking one day, he's like, yeah, I really love the way you do your makeup. And it's how, I do the wings a lot of the time, the winged eyeliner. And I go, oh, thank you. And he goes,
It's all
"Yeah."
it makes you look more Asian.
That's what he told me. He literally told me that. He goes, it kind of makes you look like of Asian descent. And I'm like, really? I've never heard that before. Like, okay. He goes, which is nice because that's normally what I go for. And I was like, oh, okay, period. Well, so like the more we kept talking, he's like, what are you like into? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, do you watch anything? And I was like, I was probably like 20 at the time, 20, 21 maybe. So I was
And
like,
keep in mind, Jess didn't even have her first alcoholic beverage until she was almost 21.
literally.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, like, what are you into? And he said hentai, and to be like cool, I was all, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was though.
Right.
Until he and I ended up, we stopped talking, didn't work out. And I didn't know about it until like a couple years later, I think. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah. That dude was in some
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Hey,
like, oh.
Drew, want to do me a favor?
Huh.
I just sent you a link on your email. You want to go ahead and play that?
Sure. Give
Because
me a
I
second.
think this will perfectly encapsulate what this guy was thinking and, feeling for
Okay.
a lot of the time.
Okay.
Depending on where the link's from.
It's from YouTube. It's just from YouTube. Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
Hold on one
Yeah, I'm not going to
second.
send you some porn,
All right. Hold on. All right.
now.
All right. Here we go.
What is
He was trying.
what is that from?
Japan.
It's just from Japan.
It's from Japan.
It's just
You know what I think's funny? Couple
What?
things about this conversation right now. Sarah's the first white girl I ever had a real relationship,
Yeah.
serious relationship with.
Mhm.
I guess you could say Sally maybe, but Sally, I don't know. It's hard to explain. She was kind of white,
Yeah.
right? But Sarah's like the first white girl that I was involved with
Mhm.
that was just like a whitey,
Yeah.
just like me. We got married, had kids, whatever. But usually I would date women of Mexican descent.
Mhm.
That was like my thing. Like I was known as the dude that was like, where's the Rosaritas? You know,
Mhm.
I was that fucking guy.
We need that as a sounder.
yeah.
Where's the Rosarita?
Where are the Rosaritas? I play Spanish guitar, you know. But also Japan is one of the most repressed sexually nations because everything's so they have the biggest levels of kink out there.
Mhm.
And they have this weird culture of sexualizing young girls that I think, and I'm going to say this in all seriousness. So please understand what I'm saying here is something that I think is a benefit to me.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's how I was raised or whatever pornography was big when I was growing up in the game, but I am attracted to older women. Like have always dated older
Mhm.
than myself. My wife's 4 years older than me, 3.5, 4 years older than me. I've always dated at least 4 or 5 years above my
Yeah.
age
Yeah.
because that is what I'm sexually attracted to. I'm attracted to experience. I'm attracted to like women, you know, like, and don't get offended if I say that. I'm saying like just women that have experience and are clearly in control of their own womanhood.
Mature women.
Yes, that is what I'm attracted to. I am not even fucking close attracted to like the young little girl thing at all.
Thank God.
It is like, I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
And I think that's a benefit to me as a man, because I'm sure there's a lot of guys that are.
Yeah.
And I think that's weird. And whenever you hear a guy say, "Yeah, well, I date," and he's not Asian,
Yes.
and he dates mainly Asian women, I feel like maybe he has the same thing going.
He-
I'm like,
yeah.
I don't want to judge.
Well, and he was
I'm
substantially
sensing a
older than
judge.
me.
I don't want to judge, but Elliott, come on. Tell me I'm not wrong.
No, I mean, I think anybody who's like people that are like maybe like my age, and then they're like, yeah, she just turned 20. What?
Yeah.
No, hold up. Wait,
Yeah.
wait.
That still seems
Nar.
very inappropriate.
Yeah. No, like that's, and I get you. Like if there's, like I've always been attracted to women my age or older. Younger women are just like your kids.
Yeah.
Hang out over there.
Dude,
Kids table.
The one girl that I dated that was like younger than me, we were together for a few months. She was 6 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I was 30. She was 24. And there was a clear difference
Yeah.
just in like aspirations in life, likes, knowledge of this world. It was so hard to connect on certain levels. Other were great. I mean, she was a woman. She was 24, 25 years old. So other things were fine, if you know what I mean. But like the things that matter in a relationship, you know, like mentally connecting with someone on metaphysical, mental, spiritual way, understanding of the world, having like a world knowledge. So then I also don't understand. I guess I do, but I don't. Like when you have like the 50-year-old rich guys dating the 21-year-old, I'm like, okay, it's just a sex thing, whatever.
It's like Bill Belichick. He's like 70 something. He's dating some girl from college.
It's a money thing. The girl wants money. He wants hot piece of ass. Okay, I get that. But how do you communicate with those people? Like, how do you stand their company?
Oh my God. Could you imagine Bill Belichick? She's like, let's do a TikTok together. Oh, the clock's over there.
yeah. Ancient, dude.
I cut things off with a guy one time because he asked me to send a picture to him. I don't even know if he meant like nude or anything, but he wanted me to put my hair in high pigtails with ribbons.
Hold on.
I stopped talking to him.
Hold on, wait. An adult woman doing that in a sexy way is hot. Okay, that I don't look at that hairstyle as fetishized. I do not.
Like with ribbons in the hair?
Yeah, like whatever. If like you do like something stringy with your hair and it's out and it's crazy, like that's just like, because the nape of the neck stuff, like, you know, like how your hair is now, how you're exposing your neck. I think that's an attractive part of a woman. That's fine. Okay. It's if they're like put on a schoolgirl outfit and do that and then have your homework in your hand.
Yeah.
That
you took it a little, you've taken it too far.
Yeah.
You've made it weird.
You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Like that's fucking a red flag, and that should be a red flag.
I
And
was
like,
never
look,
too into the schoolgirl thing.
no, I don't think it's bad to anyone that can have their kinks.
Yeah.
You practice that responsibly. Do you, man? I'm not going to judge. Let your freak flag fly all you want. That should be a red flag if like those things are the things that they are sexually like motivated by.
Yeah. Goodbye.
No. Now, with that being said, Elliott,
Yes.
all that being said,
What's up?
let's get into our daily dose. And this is going to lead into something that is, I've seen way too many of these.
Was it more hard nicknames? Well, I don't think you've seen enough of them.
Hot Down syndrome posts on Instagram. Now, I sent one to our group chat of a girl with Down syndrome. She's like, girls with Down syndrome can be hot.
She looked beautiful.
Banging.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It fucks with my brain. And I don't want to even go because I have no idea how to think about this. So I just scrolled away. But since I sent it to you, I've seen like 50 more coming up. And
Well,
like,
yeah, they think you're down bad.
no, yeah, I'm down bad. No, man, I don't need to see that. And you know what? I truly feel like the people that are touched with Down syndrome have been shielded by the horrible nature of this world.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are just like Shane Gillis, right?
Mhm.
He says, you know, they're they're the only ones having a good time.
Yeah.
They're the
They're-
best of us.
They're the best of
Absolutely.
us. They're having a
always
great
so
time.
nice. Yeah.
So nice, and they love everything. And even if you're mean, they're just not
yeah.
picking on it, and they're good, and they have like all the natural like good aspects of a human being,
Yep.
and they're shielded by the horrible like Shane Gillis, like I said, they're all having a fucking blast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, she does have a right to sexualize herself if she wants, but I don't know the level of understanding of what they have over that. You know what I
wants
mean?
She wants to feel like a woman.
And that's fine. I'm all for that. But Instagram does what Instagram does. The comments are
The comments are
wild.
crazy.
Are wild. One said that the syndrome be down, but my PPB up. And I was like, oh, dude.
Mhm.
Dude, no, man.
But like on Love on the Spectrum, sometimes they'll go on dates with people that have Down syndrome as well.
Yes.
And it's so sweet. They're just
Yeah.
like, they want to go on their little dates. They want to like have like a normal experience. And
Right.
I think it's really sweet. So
And they
maybe-
deserve that.
Yeah.
This is why I'm
Amen.
conflicted.
Yeah.
They absolutely 100% deserve
Yeah.
to have a normal life experience and do as they see fit with their own bodies and their own selves.
Yes.
I'm completely in support of that. But to put it out on the internet and then have like now a whole sector genre of things that are happening on there in regards to sexualizing people with Down syndrome,
yeah.
I think it's more, consent's not the right word. It's more of like, I have no perspective on their level of understanding of what they understand about that side of life.
Yeah.
So I feel like whoever's producing that content for them is being a little predatory.
I think so too.
That's all I'm saying. But then at the same time, this pretty girl with Down syndrome that's been working on her body, who looks banging, be like, I want to put this out on the internet. And then who are you to be like, no,
Well, and who
you
knows?
don't get what you're doing.
They might be producing their own stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're like, hey, do you, queen?
I don't know how to feel about it. What do you think?
I mean, it's not necessarily my cup of tea, but hey,
I don't think it should be anyone's cup of tea is what I'm trying to
no,
say.
but I mean, like, I'm all for people with Down syndromes to feel like the best versions of themselves and to have the most fun with their lives as they deem fit. With anybody, I would say.
Right.
Mhm.
Live your life the best way you can and enjoy it while you last. So if she or they decide to want to look good and feel good, by all means, do your thing, queen.
Mhm.
I don't mind.
What about you, Jess? What do you think?
Well, the girl power in me is like, pop off, sis. Like, she looks good. She, has one. She's, if she's the one that's producing these things, she's probably seeing all the other women in the world posting thirst traps and getting all these compliments. And like, maybe
And she wants that.
she wants that.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I'm like, okay, pop off.
Right.
I don't love, as funny as they are, I don't love the thought of her being overly sexualized, like syndrome down, but I'm bricked up or whatever they're saying. Like, I think that it's funny for us, but like you said, does she quite compute what's
and
happening?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
And I know
yeah.
that there's like levels, just like the autism spectrum, there are levels of like functionality in certain levels of Down syndrome. I do understand that. So maybe she is a super high function. Again, I don't want anyone to be offended because I just don't know.
We just don't know.
I just don't know. I'm
Yeah.
just speculating here. But anyone, if someone is producing that for her, and like the what I appreciate about Instagram, we were talking about the differences of this like social media spectrums and which ones are kind and which ones are funny. And I feel like Instagram, just like our old radio show, we get a lot away with a lot of like that we shouldn't say because we have gained equity. Like everyone's laughing together.
Yeah.
Right. It's a laugh together situation, not like a laugh at situation. So you can get away with those types of comments like syndrome be down, but my PP be up.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it also, if not understood, could be very hurtful.
Right.
That it's
Right.
like you put this out there, therefore now I have a blank check to say some that it is either bigoted, racist, or insulting, but all in the umbrella, under the umbrella of comedy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I love Instagram comments, dude. My favorite things are like when someone puts out a video and then it's just people roasting him in the comments. Some of the best comedy on that app comes out of that. But I also feel like it's like
There's a fine line.
There's a line there. And I think that like, that's the line.
Yeah.
That's the fucking line. That's the line.
Like I saw, maybe it's because you sent that video. I saw a video where a guy like stitched the video. So it was the girl. And then he responded with, they didn't have them like that, you know.
Yeah. They didn't exist.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's kind of up.
And I'm like, dude, like, what would you have done if they were, you know, like that? Like, that's so I don't know. I think that there's a line, but if she's enjoying herself personally, then pop off.
Yeah. If she's enjoying it and she has, you know, she has agency over herself and that's what she's choosing to do. Round of applause for her.
Yeah.
I also will say, Love on the Spectrum, one of those girls is fine.
Oh, she is?
What's her name?
Oh my God. The one that wants to have sex really bad. What is her name?
That is always trying to have sex with everyone. I don't know her name.
I love her. I'm her biggest fan.
She's attractive.
She's beautiful.
She's beautiful. Like she, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah. So there you go. There's a weird topic. So let's get into it. Oh wait, hold on.
Lights, camera, action.
It is now time for TV on the internet. That's right. It's time for TV on the internet, where we talk about all the cool stuff we be watching that we feel like you need to be put up on some game. We did not get to me begging Orc to teach me how to paint Warhammer figures because we'll maybe talk about this next week. I went stupid on the 3D printing thing. And I got this file of like a Warhammer file and I thought it was like a miniature. So I started, you know, printing it. The thing is this big and it's dope. It's super cool. But I know nothing about painting. Orky does. And I feel like I already asked him for enough stuff.
You do ask him for a lot.
Orc, what did I text you yesterday? I don't know what I would do without you.
Oh.
It's because you didn't have a print screen button on your keyboard.
I didn't. I did have a print screen button. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do, Orc.
I don't know how to survive without you.
Orc, I need you to help me. So now I'm going to be like, hey, are you going to teach me how to paint this Warhammer figure? Like, what's up? You got some paints right? Or what we doing?
I mean, he paints miniatures. You've got like a damn sculpture.
No, it's big, but like if I can pull it off even like half, okay. Like it's sick. It's super sick. Like the power. And like there's this whole thing with like Warhammer that I've been really, I guess this kind of plays into TV on the internet.
Watch that secret level.
That got me pumped up, but I was like, I want to know and like understand the lore. Excuse me, of Warhammer, right? Because I mean, like, why is everyone in love with this as much? I've been deep diving into the lore of Warhammer 40K. It's so gory and morbid, but also fucking awesome at the same time. And it's such like a richly deep lore spectrum of 40K that like I'm starting to appreciate it. And I'm like, man, I really don't want to fuck up this model because I think it'd be a really cool showpiece if I can pull it off. You know what I mean? But when people, apparently, there's a whole subclass, and I'm not going to give the phrases. I would look after I found that file. I was like, well, what other cool stuff is out there to 3D print, right? Like what other Warhammer things that I could.
It's all cool.
Apparently, it is bad manners and to put up 3D scans of Warhammer figures to be printed because Games Workshop owns the rights to those figures. And if you're just printing them yourself, you're not giving Games Workshop money.
Right.
So there's this whole like two different sides of the miniature painting like communities, which is like one is absolutely, it's abhorrent. They hate it. They think it's not okay. The other side is like, yeah, it's fine. As long as if I'm not selling them, I should be able to print whatever I want.
Right. They want you to support the creators essentially.
Yes. So there was one file that I was really looking for. It's one of my favorite Warhammer figures. It's an Imperial Knight. Okay. It's this big like robot guy. And I want to get one of those because I fell in love with the idea of even painting years ago by watching this guy paint one of these figures. I could not find it for the life of me. So I went to Reddit. I joined a couple of things and someone posted it in there. And I'm like, all right, look, I commented, if this is bad manners and I should not be asking this here, I apologize, but I can't find a file for this, right? If someone can help me out and get me in the right direction, I appreciate it. If not, all good, don't worry. Someone messaged me and told me what to look for. they put all of these files under codes online. Like you use different verbiage in order to find them. You just can't call them what they are.
Right.
Because they're getting, this is a new kind of like journey into the weird like subclass.
You're in a new Reddit rabbit hole.
I'm in a new rabbit hole, my dude, and I love it, dude. I got so many cool ass files that I want to go and print out right now, but I'm gonna slow down because you know me, Jess. I'm an all or nothing guy.
Yeah.
I'm either in or I'm out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna paint the first figure first.
Get the first one done.
And then see if I want to continue to do that.
That's what you should do.
Period.
So now, y'all,
What's up?
what you be watching? I know someone over here has been watching Sopranos.
What makes you say that?
God, I'm so happy he didn't do that the whole show.
I should have.
It gotten so.
Would have been a great episode. Now it's a bunch of mooks, bunch of schmucks,
Mhm.
just sitting around talking about porn again.
Yeah, okay.
You didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
You gonna go?
Are you watching anything else? I know you are.
I've watched a lot of stuff. All right.
Well, Jess doesn't watch a lot, so we'll go over what you're
Yeah.
watching, and then we can piggyback on.
Yeah.
All right. Nerd stuff out of the way. Finished Castlevania Season 2. I know Jess will have her own review of that, but if you want a full review, you can go to rantsnetwork.com. Check out the whole Season 2
Link it
review.
below. Horn Photo is going to be linked below. We'll have Nocturne Season 2 review linked below the blog at rantsnetwork.com.
Mm-hmm.
Go and check it out.
Yeah, and caught up on Season 2 of Solo Leveling. Much better than Season 1 so far.
I heard it's really good.
Season 1 was kind of fine. It was okay. It was fine. Season 2's really bringing it out the gate, which it needed because Season 2 got, I think, good or I guess hype at the end. So it needed to stay kind of that, and it is. Season 5 of Sopranos, I'm halfway through it. It's been great. I've got a couple of characters I absolutely loathe.
You just like hate him?
I hate Janice. I think Janice is the most horrible human being I've seen in television. She is the worst. She is absolutely the worst person.
Why?
She's a grade A manipulator. She's just rude. She's mean. She tries to play the sympathetic and like woe is me character.
Yeah.
And she is nothing of the sort. She has no empathy. She's just, I just hate her.
How do you feel about her though, Elliott?
I hate her. AJ also brings nothing to the show. Total dud kid, which to his credit, the actor's playing it so well, it makes me hate him so much. But man, Carmi's a great character. Chrissy's great. Pauly, I love that. Like there'll be like a plot to an episode, and then Jesse will just have Pauly will have a subplot of him just helping the elderly, and he's just helping his mom out.
Yeah.
Or, and so I love the show, but Severance is the best show on streaming. It's the best show on television right now.
Severance is good.
You should
watch it.
I just got done with
innies and outies.
I just got done with season 1 and now I'm weekly with it. And I just watched the second episode of season 2 and it is so good. And
to explain what Severance is,
here, I'll try my best.
Try to do it.
So there's this company called Lumen and you can work for Lumen on the quote severance floor. Now what severance is let's say,
don't give away too much, but
let's say this is how it is. You get a chip planted in your head to where when you're at work, you become that person. You become work Jess or work Drew, right? So from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., that person only knows work. And when you get back in the elevator and you're clocking out, you become your normal self again.
Hold on. Let me explain what the reason was that they do it. They're severing a trauma that they experienced from their life.
Well, some people are.
And it's like you go and yes, but you go to sever yourself from that and you live a life in work. So you don't know quite what has happened, right? Just that something has happened. Like, you know what happened, but you don't have vivid memories of it.
The only thing you think about when you're at work is work, because that's all you know about the world. And it's like
bullshit, nothing work. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. And then when you're out, you don't remember anything about work. So it's two different kind of
You're basically
unaware of personalities.
You're basically splitting your conscious into two people.
Yes.
Your work life and then your personal life. So your work life has no understanding or recollection of your life, and your, life doesn't have any recollection of your work life.
It sounds weird, and it is.
It's super weird.
But it's like,
But it's captivating.
it's very followable. Like, you'll follow the story, you'll be aware what's going on, and it's not like weird for weird purposes. It is like the mystery of it all.
It's a thriller.
You are engaged in the mystery, and it's a cool show. And it's on Apple TV.
Yep.
Definitely check it out. Severance is something.
Within the first minute, I was hooked.
Yeah, I told Elliott to go and check it out. I was like, dude, Severance.
And I even think, because I know you have a short attention span,
You'd probably like it.
this show gets you hooked with the mystery and the trying to understand how everything works.
Right.
And I think the actors are great. Dylan, easily my favorite character.
Is it on any other streaming service?
Just Apple TV.
I don't have
But
Apple
if you have
TV.
if you have
an
Apple,
iPhone,
if
you
you have
probably have
Apple
it.
Music, you have Apple TV.
I don't have Apple Music.
Okay. Well, there you go. But I definitely recommend Severance to everybody.
Severance, Nocturne season 2. So you watched Nocturne, and you said Silks was bringing you up in the game.
Yeah.
You didn't like it? It has Vampire Daddy in it.
What the ever loving?
So you did not like it.
No.
Do you like anything?
Yes.
Hang on. Did you try to watch it? Or
Yes.
was
Did
it
you-
just like,
Yes.
Or were you like this? Slay Queen,
No,
Vampire
listen.
Daddy.
Listen, I get home. He's already watching it.
okay.
So I sit down with him and he's like, "Do you want to know what happened?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Because I could tell he was really happy about
Because
it.
it's a great show.
It's a good
so
show.
Incredible
He
season.
explained it to me and I was like, "Okay." And he goes, "You're not following, are you?" And I'm like, "No."
No, baby, move.
No, I'm not.
Can I say something? I feel like you subconsciously don't give things a chance.
No. She actively doesn't give. It's not a subconscious thing.
Although, like,
She
you-
actively doesn't give things a chance. Just like when I did the Warhammer model, and my wife's like, "Ugh." I'm like, "Can you not see what's cool about this? Can you not see what's awesome about this?
I just
you can't
know
look
what
at
I
something and
like.
try to, but you can't."
Dudes will see that and say, hell yeah.
Whoa! How many
Hell yeah.
times in my life have I thrust myself into a different situation or counterculture, a subculture of something to try to show appreciation to other people and to understand that, i.e., I don't know, the ballroom dancing field, when 1 month into my relationship with my new girlfriend, her mother asked me to host a ballroom dancing event. And I was like, sure. And then going through that, you get a new appreciation for what people do and you start appreciating what it is. You can't even get to the point of being like, okay, I don't like this stuff on paper, but maybe, just maybe.
I tried watching it.
Oh, yeah. No, you didn't. The whole time in the back of your head, you're like,
I wasn't on my phone. I did I not?
You were literally testing us when it was going on.
I was giving you updates of what was happening because I was watching it.
So what'd you not like about it?
It was boring.
Why was it boring?
Boring?
Why? Because they were like,
There's
character.
so much going on
Okay,
in
first
every
of all,
episode.
There was one guy that was like,
The Abbott, yeah. Oh, no, the night creature.
Yeah, the
and
night
I'm
creature.
like, what is that? And so it's like, oh, yeah, he used to be a singer. And I'm like, okay,
And he got turned into a monster. That doesn't interest you?
no,
Okay.
it's not funny. It doesn't keep me laughing.
It's not supposed to be
hold on.
funny.
Why would I like it?
Alucard, Vampire Daddy did nothing for you.
No.
Watch Nocturne season 2. It's a great season of television.
Hang on.
Okay,
Do you not like vampires?
I never like watched Vampire Diaries or anything. It doesn't interest me.
All right, I got nothing, man.
I'm not going.
Yeah.
Listen, if I was just like you guys, this would be a very boring show.
Mm.
We're not asking you to be like us.
No.
We're asking you
To
to
appreciate
we're,
I do.
we're asking you to try.
I love you guys just the way you are, and I love what you're about.
Jess, we love you.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do.
You guys are so mean.
It's not
to me.
mean.
It's not mean to want you to like something or to like appreciate
to
something.
try
That's-
something.
Or to just to
I
honestly try it.
tried D&D.
And I'm very proud of you for
And
that.
then you got mad when you got booted.
I did.
yeah, and
pissed.
I'm very proud of you for that.
In fact, my brother said to me, he's all, why were you guys wanting to call or whatever? And I was like, we were going to talk about D&D. And he's like, I thought we were never going to speak of that again. Because I think I
I
made
want
my
you back
point.
in. I want you back in.
I don't want to be back in.
I want you back in.
I don't want back in.
Dungeons and Do-Overs happening soon at Dragon's Horde. Well, it's getting a little bit late, so we got to get to our They're Better Than Us story. I just want to say, there's a lot of churches around here that don't practice what they preach, right?
Amen.
I would say a vast majority of them use their religion as a shield.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, some of them use them as a front to then make nightmares and night creatures that try and help a vampire queen.
And then Vampire Daddy Alucard and a Belmont needs to go, well, 2 Belmonts need to go and handle some shit, which is tight. No, a lot of churches, at least in my adult life, have I seen use as an excuse to judge and hate people, which is absolutely counter to what typically religion tells you to do. But in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, a group of Lehigh Valley churches has used unconventional means to erase millions of dollars in medical debt for residents of Monroe counties and Northampton counties.
Nice.
5 Episcopalian churches.
Who's speaking, Elliott?
What? Yeah, that word always me up.
Episcopalian.
5 Episcopalian churches and 1 Lutheran church raised enough money to buy $3.5 million worth of medical debt that had gone into collections through the debt collection market. The reason why we are able to do this is because, as it turns out, you can purchase $100 worth of debt for less than $1. Bethlehem's Nativity Church and Cathedral Dean said Tuesday. For less than it costs to buy a cup of coffee from Wawa, which apparently is probably like
their coffee spot.
Yeah. You can buy yourselves $100 worth of medical debt that has gone into collection, which tells me there is something significantly broken in our system. Said the whole thing only cost around $25,000. Much of that money came from sales at Nativity Cathedral's thrift store. The initiative was a partnership with Undo Medical Debt, a nonprofit based in Long Island, New York, Long Island City, New York, that specializes in erasing such debts and buying them from collection markets, usually in large bundle deals. Somebody is making a whole lot of change by picking up the dimes and nickels and quarters out of pockets of poor people, working people, and struggling people. And this money can be used to put food on the table or fill up the oil tank in the basement generator. And the very fact that you can trade and buy and sell medical debt for so little makes me wonder if perhaps maybe, just maybe, we can make it so that patients aren't charged so much in the first place. So not only are they making a social stance about how we need to take care of our people, but they're also erasing medical debt from people that were indebted because of that. And by doing that, they are practicing what they're preaching. So for them, actually doing something good and not teaching people to hate people, and they're better than us today. And that's it. That's a wrap.
That is
a wrap. Episode 4, the Do-Over podcast. It is said and done. Now, big thanks to Horn Photo for being our official equipment sponsor. Linked below is a link to their website, so you can go and check out everything that they're offering. Remember, a big ol' 20% off of archiving and restoration services going on. Make memories last, baby. They've been doing that since 1937. Horn Photos and the Bellagio. Go and check that out. I also want to give a shout out to our brand new sponsor who just started up today. Frank Sierra Finish Carpentry and Sierra Door Supply. Ooh. All right. They work all through the South Valley a lot, but also in Fresno counties. All their details, it's going to be on our ad breaks, but I'll link them below so you can go if you have some carpentry needs or door hanging needs. You know who to call.
You know who was a carpenter?
Jesus. So thank you so very, very, very much for that. Now, future. Next episode, we should be in our new studio. I'm very pumped on that. It's going to be, I wouldn't say it's an upgrade because, I like this setup, but it'll be easier to control quality-wise, sound-wise, and stuff like that. So we're really excited about that. So please support. Also, Patreon, linked below. To all of our new Patreon members, we love you. I've seen a lot of people be very, very generous with us. We will not waste that money. That money is going towards supporting the team of people that are doing this. All of us, plus other people behind the scenes that you don't see, maybe just hear sometimes. But we are so absolutely grateful for that. Oh, yeah. Subscribe to the YouTube. That helps us more than anything. So if you don't have a YouTube account, which is just a Gmail, log in, then sub. We're trying to hit our partners so we could do more for you. Merch, stickers, things like that coming up in the future. That is a promise. As soon as we hit 1,000 subs on YouTube, we're going to do 1,000 sticker run.
Let's not forget, though, got a brand new thing going on.
Oh, what is that, Elliot?
We got taps and takes, man.
That's right.
Taps and takes,
Now
son.
I can finally say, because this has actually been in the works for about a month now, but shout out to Grog's Traditional Irish
That's
Pub.
right.
All right. At the northeast corner of Willow and Nice, we do the sports and nerd news every single Friday, dropping at 8 a.m. You'll have another episode of Taps and Takes coming up next week. But thank you for letting us do that. Dude, I've been sitting on that for so long.
Yeah.
So now you technically will have 2 episodes a week, Wednesday at 8 and Friday at 8. And I think that covers it all. It's a good episode, guys.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Good
Slay
stuff.
period.
Yeah, say pussy purr, or whatever you say.
Oh.
Hey, it was a good time.
Hey,
All right.
yeah.
I got to catch you later.
Yeah. Anyways, Ellie,
Drew,
what does that whiteboard say?
that one?
Yeah.
It's a laminator. It's not a whiteboard.
Okay, whatever.
You know what
I
that
mean.
says?
What?
It says the Do of a Podcast, and it's not on the radio. I don't know why there's a ketchup bottle, but you know what? He's looking at me.
Mayonnaise.
He's looking at me kind of funny. I don't like it.
I think it's mayonnaise.
But we haven't been on for five
Episodes.
now.
5 episodes of the Do Over Podcast, no longer being on terrestrial radio. And it feels so good.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it feel so good? Continue to love and support us, please, because we love and will do anything that you want us to. We will pander to you in every single which way, and also keep your eyes and ears open for our own nicknames from our audience. We would love that. And thank you to the thousands of you that have been listening through Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course our YouTube. Sub to the YouTube. And until next time, gotta love you. Bye.